I mean, we were just sitting back, you know, chopping it up, reminiscing about the good old days and all that. You know, tracking my roots, where I came from and where I'm going. But like I say, man, always said it. It's not about...
Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. We are here for our Saturday episode of the TK's Chronicles of a Black Sheep. Today, I'm like super excited for this episode. So, yes, we found somebody came out their bat cave tonight. So, we are even more excited about that. So, before we get started, let me give out much kudos and love. Our intro tonight was done by my little brother. I can call him my little brother, Marcus Mack. He was on the episode for The Doors of the Church Are Open. So we definitely thank you, Marcus, for stepping in and assisting with the intro this week. Also, because I didn't last week, no, everybody, Marcus advertises for DOPE, his acronym. This is one of his shirts that I bought, and I did wear it last week, but I forgot to give him a shout out. If you're interested in any of his merch, it's Mac the Motivator clothing, and I'll post the link in there later also. So we'll go ahead and get started on our intros. Oh, somebody already said the intro is hot. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. So tonight we have Ant. We have Mr. Dunaway is, yeah. You all right over there tonight? That was a long gap right there. Like,
I'm sorry. I was trying to click the button and be discreet about the movements. But yeah, I'm here.
That's all that grease on them potato chips.
Something.
I was eating pretzels.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. We got DW, Nika Pinks, Miss Honey coming out of the cave. We had our special guest tonight. We have Rocky.
Hey, y'all.
Dansby. Can y'all believe we got Dansby on tonight?
I don't know how you do that all, man.
Yeah, like, woo.
Hey.
Yes, I feel special.
Our pocket's gonna be light for a while now.
And we have Mark Anthony.
Hi.
Yes. So tonight's episode, because this is Pride Month, so of course we could not go without doing an episode on Pride and the LGBTQAI plus community, because you have to get all those letters in there because you never want to leave anybody out. Period. So, oh Lord, I'm gonna have to pray because I don't even know who I want to. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take the safe route. Nika Pinks, you want to start with your question tonight? Because if we go DW, oh Father God,
you might as well let him get it popping. You know he ready.
No, hell no,
no.
You don't fucked up now. You don't fucked up now. Go ahead, Nika. Nah, go ahead.
I don't even have. Look, I don't even have my questions prepared and ready. You should have told me you was gonna put me on the spot, and then I'd have my stuff together. But okay. I know. Okay, so help me out with something then, because I want to make sure going in appropriately. Let's talk about pronouns. Anybody like to talk about that for me? How are we to know how to address individuals correctly by their pronouns?
I guess I can kind of grab that. It's interesting because everything is so kind of tossed in the air. For me, I kind of answer to any pronoun. I don't have a set pronoun. I'm gender non-conforming. So I'll answer to he, him, or she, her, or they, them. It's all of them. I think for me, when it comes to addressing people, I just say, hey, what's your name? And kind of just go from there. Typically, that's when if someone chooses to use pronouns that I'm unaware with, I kind of at least know, because that'll prompt them to say, hey, my name is John Smith, but my pronouns are they, them. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Normally, that's a good prompt, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I see the same thing. I just ask people like, what's your name, what's your pronoun. Some people still are still new with this whole pronoun thing. Even like I am like getting just used to it, because I identify as he, him. Like I'm just the same like Mark Anthony. You can call me whatever, just don't disrespect me. I'm he, him, she. My friends call me she, girl, they. Also, I just learned about Fae, which is basically like kind of like magic, like you're a magic being. So Fae and Foe. So, and I believe I am magic. So yeah, just ask people.
Okay.
I'm she. I'm a girl all day. I mean, I know I dress masculine, but I'm a girl all day. They do call me ma'am, sir, though. I'll answer to that.
Ma'am,
but
sir.
For the most part, it's just,
I like that.
Auntie, uncle, yeah, uncle.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So they call me Lady Boy. They do call me Lady Boy, and I respond. I know, I don't. Somebody called me that, and I was just like, huh? And from there, I just like, I respond to that. But strictly just she or her.
Okay, Dansby.
I prefer she as well. Her. I'm kind of similar to Honey, with the exception of I'll correct you, because I love being a woman. But what I will say is, a lot of people don't know how to approach it. I normally just measure the intent of what you're asking. I play video games a lot, and I know my voice isn't the softest, so I get called sir. Hey, what's up, dude? My N-word a lot. Correct them. If they apologize, I never know they don't have to apologize, so I get it, and I'm fine with it. But as long as you approach any question like that with intent, with positive intentions and not negative, I don't see a problem.
And Dansby, most of us are in a mutual group together, and she is big on correcting people. Very big on correcting people.
Yeah, she corrected me yesterday. I had to like, okay, I had to nod my head like right on. All right, I ain't know.
I don't even know what y'all talking about.
So on the remember yesterday we were talking about the LGBTQAI, and I was like, what is all of that? Where did that come from? And I forgot what I said. I said something silly. Well, not silly, but uninformed. That's the word I'm gonna use.
Okay.
And she was like, no, and broke it down. I was like, oh, I didn't know. I think it was on the eye. We were talking about the eye joint, wasn't it?
I think that was Rocky that corrected
you. Oh, it was?
I am not a corrector. I am a acknowledger of truth. I've looked into.
All black people look alike, so yeah.
Okay.
I'm in the LGBT, and I don't know all the letters. I don't know none all that. Like, you're going to stop me at maybe the Q, and then I'm done after that. I don't know what all these letters stand for. All I know is,
we did talk about you just a little last night.
Talk about
the night before you, because when we set up to Honey, when we set up to have this episode and we talked about it, and I'm like, how the hell we got a lesbian on our team and she didn't let us leave off the rest of the damn letters? Like, she fine.
Yeah.
Look, listen, those letters be changing like post-chain clothes. They be adding letters because make sure everybody's not, left out because how they identify. And I'm just really old school. Like, I identify with LGBT. I see the Q, that's queer. I can deal with that. But, the rest of the letters, I really honestly don't know what they stand for.
So I'm glad you said that. So let's break it down. Somebody break it down what the letters stand for.
So I actually looked up all of them.
Of course you did.
So,
yeah.
Hey. So L, of course, is lesbian, G, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, asexual, allies, and pansexual.
Okay.
So that's what adds to the plus.
So we missing a P then.
So we got the plus. The plus.
That's the
plus.
Yeah. So I guess that's pretty cool that they have now added the pansexual to that. And I'll go into that as well. So
you pansexual?
Huh?
You pansexual?
If you can hide, you can heal.
I love everybody. Even the people that work my nerves.
Don't do that.
I love everybody. I don't want to put a whole lot of people in headlocks. But since you didn't jump that out there, because you kind of messing with my question, and I'm
sorry. Okay, go ahead. Get your question.
Black folks act. You just.
I'm sorry.
So my first question, jumping in there, going ahead and digging this first little shovel into the dirt, is when you came out, how did I want to say how did you come out? But I know everybody's situation with different family members is different. So you can pick a family member on how you told, but how did you come out and how was that received?
Wow.
Look at Rocky.
I mean, I told y'all when we did the sound check, I had stories, but no. I came out. Well, I came out in 10th grade, but it kind of like wasn't coming out. Like somebody outed me to my mother, and it just wasn't good at all. But like I tell my mother all the time, girl, you knew. Like Britney Spears, my first birthday party was like a Britney Spears "Hit Me Baby One More Time" theme. Like I wanted to be the schoolgirl, Catholic look. Everything about me just screamed like just feminine-ish. But like, yeah, my coming out was like really, really bad. I went through hell and high water with my mother. We're in a great place now, but it was just like really, really, really bad. I don't know if y'all ever seen what was that thing with Taraji Cookie?
Empire.
Yeah. Oh no, matter of fact, it wasn't Empire. Star. Where Amaya Scott, her character, got preyed on and all that. That literally happened to me. Like my mother tricked me into having a pastor come over who I knew, and she said we was gonna prey on like our relationship, and it became like let's remove this demon from you. And I was just like, I was like 13, 14 years old. So yeah, but it was really bad. But I moved out when I was like 16, and just like kind of was like on my own, joined the ballroom scene, and just like did my own thing. Again, me and my mom are in a great place now, and we talked through all of that. But yeah, that was my coming out. It was really horrible.
Wow.
Very nice. That's awesome. I'm glad that you guys are in a good spot. Yeah. Coming out was weird. I came out the same time as you, my sophomore year. It really wasn't a coming out though. It was more like I got caught on the internet. If we're all following where that's happening, you're in your sophomore year of high school. You're trying to figure some stuff out. And pop-ups and lots of them. And so my mom and my stepdad were just like, "What's this?" I was like, "Girl, I don't know. Like, I'm on YouTube, bitch." Like, but eventually it came to be too much. So my back was against the wall, and so I was like, "Oh, I was just looking to see if I liked it or not." And so what many people don't know about me, I'm first generation American. And so my mom is from the Philippines, and my dad is British by way of Jamaica and Puerto Rico. And so they're very, very conservative, very, very old school. And neither of them were having it. So it's safe to say that it wasn't child abuse back then, I guess, but I was literally beat head to toe, trying to not be gay, essentially. So, you know, my dad disowned me, and it's a whole thing. We still haven't talked. We haven't spoken since my high school graduation. So I'm 30 now. My mom, when I first came out, she wasn't for it. And we're finally just getting into the swing of things, which is great. But I mean, now it's kind of just like, I really don't care what you think about it because I'm thriving.
Yeah. Definitely.
Go on, dance.
Really?
My God.
Dang.
Traffic.
So I don't necessarily believe in the concept of coming out to family like that. Honestly, my family holds like barbecues and Sunday dinner and all that. I showed up with her, made me some mac and cheese, told them to pass the salt, and I was kind of done with it. It's no one has to announce that their boyfriend or significant other is coming, so why should I have to make sure that you are clear someone of the similar gender that I like is coming? I'm not sure how. I'm sure mom's side told dad's side, but I got pulled to the side by one of my aunts on my dad's side, and we were having another family function, and they actually just welcomed it. I never announced it to anyone. I didn't feel like I owed anyone that. My commitment was to that person. I mean, we're family, so you shouldn't feel any other way. Plus, I've always been a tomboy. T-shirt, jeans, jogging pants, all that. So it wasn't a shocker to anyone, everyone, except probably one dude I dated. But that was some good mac and cheese that day.
You talking about the actual food?
Mac and cheese brings family together. I see
y'all do.
Honey, I see you, honey.
I do too. Your
I know.
mind is
She's an instigator.
The gutter and everything. But that's honey. So
it's the instigator. She's the instigator.
Come on, confessions of honey.
Oh, let's see. How did I come out? I actually was just like, hey, I don't like dudes. And my mom was like, what? I was like, yeah. I mean, because I like dance, I've always been a tomboy. Like always. I don't wear dresses. I don't none of that stuff like that. I did dress more feminine back in the day, but that shit is very uncomfortable. So when I told my mom, she thought, of course, it was just a phase. My dad has been super supportive all day, every day to this day. I officially came out to my parents when I was 26. Wow. My friends knew when we were in high school. I mean, when we were in college, though. So around 19 years old, my friends knew. But officially, I was like 26 when I came out. And then the rest of my family was like, we kind of figured. But my mom, Joe's witness, she didn't agree with it. Like, period. It was just not her thing. But she has come now to respect it because I don't play the radio. So she don't have a choice. If you're gonna deal with me, you're gonna have to respect my lifestyle. Or I can remove you just like I can remove, a friend or foe. I respect your lifestyle, I respect your religion, you're gonna respect my lifestyle. So yeah, and I'm almost 40 now, I'm about to be 40 this year, so I mean it is what it is at this point. I don't give a fuck who don't like it.
Yep,
and there it is.
Yeah, that's honey.
And that's on period.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Yeah. Mary had a little lamb.
Mary had a little lamb.
So one of the things why I asked that question also is about a year and a half ago, having a conversation with my daughter, and she tells me that she's pansexual, and I'm looking like, what the hell that mean? Like, hold on, let me. I had to look it up. So I was like, okay, I'm not familiar. So give mommy a second to look that up. So I'm okay, I got you. So I mean, society.
What is pansexual? For those who don't know.
You know what? They love everybody. basically.
Okay.
Around
All right.
A woman, a man.
Yeah, it ain't this, it ain't that.
Transgender. For her, love. It sounds like for her, love is love.
Exactly,
Right.
and that is, and she's.
But shouldn't it be that anyway? That's interesting.
It should be that, but
so okay.
Still all boils down to preference, though.
I'm gonna act like you tonight. Ooh, I'm gonna act like you tonight. So if love is love, you wouldn't have a problem with being in a relationship with a man then. If love is love.
Is that a question or a statement?
Both.
It's not a matter of a problem. I don't dislike men. It's just not my preference.
Gotcha.
I prefer women in their tangible parts. That's just more exciting for me.
right.
Guys are cool. I appreciate what they bring to the table. Your sperm, you can lift heavy shit. But other than that, I prefer.
Man, you looking at, but it's not me, baby. I can't lift heavy.
My back hurt right now. I was solicit. Hey, D, you busy next week? Because this couch got to move and I'm not doing it.
Right. I need other people to understand that.
We got women who could do that too. So
You definitely ain't one of them.
I'm
Don't
sure I
let
can
this
do it.
fool
I
you.
just don't want to anymore.
but TK, to hear what you saying, love is love, but it's just like love is love. You're supposed to just love people in general. Like I just met you and I love you. Like I love being with you. Like I love y'all. I love Mark Anthony already.
Yeah.
Like I love y'all. Like so like love is love. But when it comes to like who you love for, like what Dan's be saying, not even just for the parts, but I mean that is what it is. Like a lesbian likes what they like because of what they have. I like what I like. Like I'm called homosexual because of what I like and what I like to do with those tangible parts.
Tangible parts is going to send me to another dimension.
You know what? It fucked me up too. Because I'm going to use that as a.
I'm about to use that all the time.
As of today.
Tangible parts.
You need to put that on the shirt. The tangible
I'm going to tell my man that. Pull out your tangible parts. Pull out your tangibles. Because I'm ready. You ready? Pull out the tangible.
You like tangible parts. You know what I mean. Pull them out.
Pull them out.
Yeah, see, it's starting.
Oh my God.
It's going now. It's going now.
Oh Jesus. Oh yeah, because definitely I know last night, y'all don't know, y'all gave me so much life and I just love y'all to pieces already. So that love is definitely mutual because man, y'all just gave me so much life last night. I laughed, even I'm laying down trying to go to sleep and I'm still cracking up laughing. So that was the longest damn sound check, but it went so fast.
It was so fun.
It was so fun. Like we talked about, and Mark Anthony, when you got off, we were still on there.
Bro.
Yeah, we was.
I had to eat. Mama was hungry. I went to go get some macaroni and cheese and some pasta at Piatti's, honey. Mama was hungry.
That's what's up. We ain't gonna
See, there y'all go again talking about food. Y'all
okay, let's not start because I still got some meatloaf that I made at 11 o'clock at night.
Look, I still need to go to HEB and get them turkey chops. I'm telling you, me and my purse are ready to go.
Yes, we gotta get them turkey chops. Did you just hit your alarm on a live podcast, Anthony?
Huh?
See what?
I wasn't the only one to just see him do like this, right? Like
yeah, my horn was going off.
Somebody trying to steal your ride already?
Yeah, he in Compton, so he might be.
No. I'm not.
No, he ain't in Compton.
I'm from
I
England.
know.
Yeah, he in Inglewood.
Well, you know Inglewood ain't up to no good, so
that part.
Look, he hurried up and clicked his mic off. Well, click it back on. Didn't you say you had a question, sir?
Yeah, I do have a question. I have for anybody that wants to answer this. For some of us, might be a double minority, even a triple minority. What is like, as not date, but what is a struggle for you as far as, you know, in workplace, social elements? What's like a major struggle you have, you know, just being you without having to really have to want to chin check the person?
Being too black. So the thing about being gay and being loud and being black is that One, people who are also gay who aren't black, they always think that their inner woman is an inner black woman. So they're always working my fucking nerves because everybody wants to be Aretha fucking Franklin. Like, girl, shut up. You don't need to be Medea. You don't need to roll your neck. You're a white girl who happens to be gay. Be quiet. Another thing is that every time we as black people just in general get passionate about something, we are the person who's too loud. We're the person that's too flamboyant. We're the person that's too argumentative. And it's like, why don't y'all see what took me to get here? Because if y'all would have paid attention to what Tom, Dick, and Harry had did, y'all would have realized why Mark Anthony is popping off on a number 10. And when I raise my voice, it's not rolling the neck, because people love to say that all the time. Oh, well, you popping off and you acting real ghetto and da 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 da. Well, no, that's not what it is. Because I can cuss you out in my flight attendant voice all day. At the end of the day, because I'm black, I'm Medea all over it, and I'm Sharkeisha all over it because you feel threatened. You know, and then people just get real sensitive when it walks around the whole sexuality issue. It's nothing about sexuality at all. It's about respect. It comes down to respect and talking to people who you want to talk to, you know? And it sucks that we as black people have to learn our flight attendant voice very early in life because we need to accommodate to everyone else. We have to dim our light for everyone else. And I'm not doing that. I put my flight attendant voice on when they call me for a job. No, hello, yes. But when it comes time to whooping somebody's ass with words, it's like this all day, every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's all I got. That, you know.
Yeah. For me, it's kind of the same. Like, I work at a coffee cafe, and it's very like cafe ish. Exactly where I'm going. I love my job. It's like one of the best jobs I ever had. And that's crazy for me to even say, but I love this job. But when I first started, I felt like I was always like, hey, what's going on? How are you doing? Because then I had like braids in my hair, and I just, you know I fit this stereotype that they're looking at. So, and one day I was like, I'm not about to sit here and keep on color coding my words and like how, like, just not even my words, it's like how I talk. Like, I'm just going to speak to you how I speak, because I don't feel like I should have to, like, what you call it? What do we call it? Code switch. I shouldn't have to code switch. Yeah. Like, you don't code switch. But then I noticed that people do code switch, like, now when they come in my shop. They'll be like, hey, my brother. And I'll be like, hi. Like, what? It's like, don't hate my brother me because you feel like you have to hate my brother me. Like, hey, what's up? Like, just be regular. Like, so it can be pretty tough, because like I deal with rude customers and stuff all the time, and I know as soon as I like pop off, as they say, I'm gonna be looked at as ghetto. I'm gonna be getting complaints. I'm gonna be like getting all of that. But it's like Mark Anthony said, what did it take for you to make me get here? You're being a rude customer, and then I work in customer service, so I gotta deal with just rude people. Like, just give me what I want all the time. Anyway, so then on top of like when they see that I have like some flamboyant nature going on, it's just like, oh, you, like, I've had to deal with customers already just thinking that I'm being sassy because I'm letting you know, like, you have to wait your turn. Like, don't just barge into my shop thinking that you're gonna get what you want. I have a line of people. Let me do what I have to do, and I will get to you. Okay? So yeah, that's all I'm really gotta say about that. Just it can be a struggle, but it's you can deal with it.
It just sucks. We have to make ourselves less intimidating to make people feel comfortable. You know, it's one, that we're black, it's two, that we're gay and we're comfortable in ourselves, and now we have to make ourselves less intimidating for other people. I'm not for it.
I haven't had any issues personally. I mean, people see me, I dress masculine. I'm in IT, so either you want me to fix this or not, because I can leave this shit just the way it is. But now, since I'm in, that's when I was like actually doing like physical computer work. But now I'm more so in corporate America, so I work from home. So I don't get the issues with how I identify, sexually. I get more so of the angry black woman. I'm unapproachable, or I'm mean, or I'm too direct. And I tell people all the time, I'm not mean. I mean what I say. So just because you don't like it, does not mean I'm being rude to you. I'm not being mean to you, you know. But I don't get any issues as far as my sexuality. I get more so issues that I know how to do my job and they don't like that.
Yeah.
So the directness is where I get more of an issue at.
But you mean too, just throw that out there.
They don't know that. They don't know that. Not that they don't know that. I'm very nice to a certain extent at work. I just don't like people, lazy people. Do your job so I can do mine. That's the only issue I have.
Please.
There you go. Say that.
I don't think I've had any work-related issues. I think the only issue, or most of the issues I've ever had with the sexuality piece was self. And it was literally things that I convinced myself what people were either thinking or what could happen. I literally went from being in operations, so my baggy clothes and jeans meant nothing because we're out moving belts and loading packages into trucks. When I moved into HR, I was in a different city, didn't know anybody, so I told no one about my sexuality. But one of my biggest concerns was having to have a one-on-one conversation with a female behind closed doors, or trying to ask a female to
Why?
talk.
You're a girl.
It's something that I just convinced myself, if that person threw up a flag, to make it sound like I wanted them, because that's to me how back then people either attacked or came at people of the alphabet. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it that way because I don't want to mess up the letters.
Right.
But I just always felt like that's how people always labeled us and came at us. We're bad because you think we want you, when in reality, I don't. And I love my job. I love what I did. I finally got the career break, and I didn't want anything to tamper with that. And I guess I drew that phobia starting with, I was in the military, and that was frowned upon then. So
are you nice at work? Like, are you very approachable? You're really nice, and
yeah.
Like, how's your okay? So I can see where they can, like, oh well, I don't want to be behind closed doors with. I mean, because everybody think I'm mean, so nobody bother me.
Well, no, so keep in mind, my first couple of months in HR. So literally, I can talk in a group setting all day, but like if I had to pull someone in a room because they want to express a concern behind a closed door, it's kind of like a guy being behind a closed door with a female in a workplace. That can go far left or right. Or it can go, of course, in a positive way.
It's kind of like a pastor having somebody in the office and you worry about maybe he laying hands kind of situation.
Not laying hands. Not laying hands.
But for me, a lot of it, like I said, was just self-inflicted. It was things that I convinced myself.
Yeah.
My work environment has never shown me anything negative. I've always been the approachable one, the easy to talk to, the, hey, thank you for this or that, because I'm just a genuine person.
I went through stuff like that when I was younger, like working with, like, in high school, just especially because in high school, like, I was like super flamboyant. Like, I just was extra, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just like calmed down a little bit, which I don't want to say calm down, because like as I get older too, I realized like it was fine. Like, it's fine to be flamboyant, it's fine to be masculine, it's fine to be a mixture of both. But when I used to work in high school, I used to always have to deal with boys just being like, oh, that F word, I don't want him around me, or just like, they always felt threatened. But then as I got older, I realized why that was, because a couple of those boys, I seen them when I got older in gay clubs. So
that part.
That part.
That part.
Yes, that part. So we have a question in the comments.
I actually really like this question.
Do you? It says, how do you feel in today's society pushing this on kids instead of waiting for them to get to their older, mature to decide for themselves? Example, Dwayne Wade's son situation.
First of all, that's a girl.
That's his daughter.
First of all, that's his daughter.
Yeah,
Okay. That is his daughter, baby. That's his daughter.
Zaya.
Zaya is his daughter.
We're not going to disrespect her.
We're not going to disrespect anyone here. Zaya is his daughter. That's him and Gabrielle.
So you see how we feel about that. There you go.
So you see.
Right there.
It's like everybody's going to get jumped. Like everybody, you're going to get jumped.
I think
this is my take on
to
it.
Explain this is that we're not pushing anything. When you really think about it, I'm pretty sure all of us were born in the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, right? And back then on TV, it was straight people kissing. and all of us came out gay. So there's
That
no
part.
difference than seeing gay people kiss on TV. You can't say it's too young to expose kids to gay culture when you have mommies and daddies on whatever TV show kissing and having kids, and even sex scenes. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, I've watched movies with my parents and there were whole sex scenes there, and I still grew up liking men. So we can't necessarily say it's too early. I think that self-expression is something that's happening a lot sooner in children because of school and different walks of life. There's a lot of different mentalities that are out there now. You have the anti-vaxxers, which we're not going to talk about. We have people of different religions and a whole bunch of other things that really mold people. And when you're around other people in school, self-expression really becomes so fluid when you're a kid. And so I don't think that we can necessarily say it's too early. I think that all we can do is support and kind of just do what we can to make them feel loved and that their feelings are valid. Today,
part.
a girl, her name is Zaya, and she is stunning.
Beautiful. Good.
Honey, you was gonna say something?
I was, child. Mark Anthony took it all. I think he didn't gain everything I was thinking. I can't.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, you good. I think he kind of hit the nail on the head where I was going, or at least that's what I can think about.
Yeah, I feel the same way as Mark. I told y'all last night on Soundcheck, I was 7 when I realized, like, it's not even realized. It's just like I seen I was raised with my grandmother, like my early half of my life, and I seen my grandfather kissing like all the time. I seen my cousins and them always kissing their girls and stuff. And I was just like, well, I want to kiss somebody, but I want to kiss a boy. Like I just knew at 7 years old, I want to kiss a boy, but I never knew at 7. I didn't know what gay or anything was. I just knew what I liked at 7 years old. And when I finally was just like, tried to kiss a boy and told my grandma, like, once it all happened, she was like, why would you do that? I was like, because I want to kiss boys like you was kissing granddad. And that's when they tried to explain, like, no, like, that's gay, you don't do that. And I was just like, I didn't comprehend. As a child, I was just like, well, why are you telling me no? Like, why is this wrong for me to do this? And then, just growing up, figuring out that homophobia is a real ass thing, and I just like try to just like cover it up. But I couldn't. Like I couldn't do it. Like everybody knew I was gay in my neighborhood all the time because it's just like I just couldn't hide who I was. As much as I tried to, I could not hide who I was. So again, going back to what Mark Anthony said, her name is Zaya because that question, like, because I've been seeing that a lot, and like always like, what about the kids? What about the kids? And like Mark said, like I literally grew up watching Real Sex. I watched like all this
HBO,
Showtime. Like all I seen was straight stuff, and my gay ass is still here.
Right. How old were y'all when y'all knew you liked what you liked?
Well, I was young. Young.
You can't be around here too, walking with a sippy cup, talking about where the boys at.
No. I remember just when I was a kid, my first sleepover with my best friend, I knew. And I was just like, oh, I like this. You know what I mean? It wasn't like on no nasty shit, but it was just like, okay, I'd much rather be in the company of a guy than a girl, and it kind of just went from there. Granted, I didn't do anything as a kid. Like when I don't remember doing anything until I was like middle school-ish, but I knew I liked boys back then,
Oh, I was a little thought bop as a child. Thought bop. Like I was all over the place as a child.
Not thoughting and bopping.
I was touching intangible parts.
Tangible parts.
As a child. And like, as a kid, because I know how that can sound, but I was a kid with another kid. Like I just knew, like, and like I would just like approach. I had so much confidence too. I would just like approach boys, just be like, "Hey, I think you cute," and some boys would just be like, "Let's fight," and a lot of boys is just like, "I think you cute too," like. and we would just explore as kids. Like I was just like, and like my mother used to, like my aunt has called me, my mother has called me, my grandmother has called me, and it was just like, what is wrong with you? That's like, I like what I. Why can't I like just like what I like as a kid? I used to always fight with my. Well, it was always the female because I didn't really have a male figure in my life. It was always my female, like my grandmother, my aunt, my mother, and they just was like, why? Like you just need to stop this. But as I got older, my mother, you know, we talked a lot when I got older, and she was just like, she was like so scared for me because she was like, I know you're gonna have to deal with. You're too free. Me being free was too scary for her as a child.
That's interesting because that was a question that
I knew
I heard a lot too. That was one of the questions I had on my list of stuff that I hear in the rumors in the church when individuals talk about the gay community. There's one of the things is like, if your son comes out gay, it's because they never had a true male figure in their life.
No,
I had a male figure in my life. My dad was in my life my whole life, and look at me, I'm out here trying to get some macaroni and cheese.
Motherfucker, didn't I just say if a male?
I know, but I'm just saying. I kind of, you know, I heard you. Shit, I heard you.
So that's interesting. Okay.
I mean, I had men in my life. I had my grandfather in my life. Both my grandfathers for well, I say all three of my grandfathers because my grandma got remarried. But I had like my grandfather in my life, but he's a white man, so that could be said something else because people might be like he made me too soft. But like I had black men.
Stop. I'm finna check you right now.
Go ahead.
It don't even. Was he a positive influence on your life?
Yes, but the household that I grew up in, but the household that I grew up in, my grandmother was the strong one. She kind of ran the household.
I understand that. I understand that part. But my question was he a positive influence on your life? And you said
was,
yes.
but listen to me, Randolph. He was, but my grandmother was telling me, "Don't be gay." He couldn't fight her because she was raising me. She was raising me, so he protected me. My grandfather always knew he protected me though, but he couldn't he never used to say out loud, "What you're doing is right," because she would chin check him.
Right? No, I got that. No. My point was you were saying when you made that comment, like I don't want to bring that up because it'll lead to other things. It doesn't matter what color he was. If he was a positive influence in your motherfucking life, that is that's great. That's phenomenal. It shouldn't matter if he was white, black, Asian, polka dot, whatever. And that part right there irritates me because I hear that a lot too. Oh, it was he was another race, and so he didn't understand black struggle. What? Okay, I'm sorry.
I wasn't trying to go there because my grandfather understand everything. It's just that they always said because I didn't have a black man in my life to raise me. That's what people can say. People used to look at me and my grandfather weird all the time, especially me being a child, and they see this white man is like with me. It was just like so many different comments I can remember. Even when I got older, because going into the gay community real quick, it can be looked at as a young black man with an older white man as sugar daddy. And so many people, my friends always be like, "That's your sugar daddy?" I'm like, "That's my grandfather." Like, no, that's
I'm glad you said that too. I got another I'm gonna go on a tangent.
That's so crazy.
Is there racism in the gay community?
Bruh, there's hella racism in the gay community.
What are you talking? Are you being serious?
No, I'm being honest.
Like you can pull up an app literally right now, Grindr, whatever, all the hookup apps. The first thing they'll say, no blacks, no Asians.
No blacks, no Asians.
Or if it is blacks, the first question is, you have a BBC? Bitch, what does this have to do with anything?
Yeah, we look at it as objects.
Either we're a fetish or we're excluded. There is no, I actually like black men to actually like black men. Or
I mean, don't get it twisted. You got white people or white gay men who or white lesbian women who really just like love everybody and love us and just like they love people. But honestly, I mean, I can only say that because I have like one of my best friends is in an interracial relationship, and I know that it's love. Like I know that my friend Silas ain't on no funny shit. Like Silas has like literally jumped in front of people for me and my best friend just to be like, I'm not about to do this fuck shit with my black friends, with people, with humans, because he don't even be like y'all black. It's like we just humans. Like he's a love is love kind of person. But what Mark Anthony's saying is very true. It is so much racism, it's so much segregation until like they always think that we, like you said, BBC, or they think that we know what like weed is, or we know like we just know like all this ghetto stuff, and it's never really like a let's have fun together. We're always excluding that as like some kind of like animals, like we are like entertainment to them.
Yes, and it's the same in the Black gay community too. You'll see the light-skinned girls, and then you'll see the dark-skinned girls. You know what I mean? And I say girls as gender neutral for people who don't know. I say girls to mean everyone, either it's actual gay men or actually women. So for people who don't know who are watching, I use girls kind of like how people say dude. You know what I mean? It's just all. So you have your light-skinned girls and you have your dark-skinned girls, and it's very, very mean girls. You know what I mean? Very like, oh, you know, you can't sit with us because you don't look like us. You know what I mean?
Beyond race is very classist too. Like if you don't have enough money, then you can't sit with us. Like you can't do, like everything's about like wealth and like beauty, and like if you don't look a certain way, especially when it comes to like trans women, oh my goodness. If you're not passable or real, it is just like they are so mean to trans women.
They're disrespectful. They call them a whole man and everything, and it's
and this is the gay community that does it to other like trans people. They do it to gay people. It's very mean girl.
It's just the gag is all of us are looking for acceptance, but we can't accept from within, and that's what's really bothersome. You know, everyone wants the world to accept us for being here and being queer when we want Pride Month and all this other stuff. But when we have someone who's just starting their transition from male to female, we're still calling them a boy or by their former name instead of calling them by the name that they would prefer. And I'll
say trans men too, because trans men get a lot of like hate and exclusion.
Right.
As well.
They're fetishized like crazy.
Yes, and I can say like honestly, I'm not in a proud way, but I used to be that person, especially because I joined the ballroom scene. If y'all don't know, if people who are watching don't know what the ballroom scene, if y'all watch Legendary or Pose, like that's the ballroom scene.
Paris is Burning,
Runway, all that. Love the ballroom scene. It really saved my life because if I didn't join, I probably would be on the street somewhere. But very superficial scene. Love it to death, but it's so superficial because the whole ballroom scene is like it's another world for us, but we emulate hetero norms. Like everything is a hetero norm. We have this category called realness, and it like really bothers me because it's just like the basis of the category is about looking real, looking passable, looking like so you got like trans woman realness, you got drags realness, you got executive realness, you got schoolboy, you got thug. Like it's a way to like. So do you look like a thug? Do you look like you go to school? And it's just like bitch, anybody can look like they go to school. Like what does this mean? Like but schoolboys are always supposed to be masculine. Realness boys are always masculine. The pretty boys are usually, and the pretty boys really piss me off because pretty boys, the ones who win the most, are the light skinned ones. They don't ever look at a dark skinned pretty boy. It's really like I don't it's a lot of segregation that goes on in the gay scene in general, but the black gay scene, I feel like it's even worse. Like it's
vicious. So vicious.
It's a vicious community to be a part of.
Is it the same way in the lesbian community?
Oh hell yeah! It's to me. I mean, it's very much the same. There's no shit over there. Yes, because you know they look at it and their form is always femme stud. You know, one that looks masculine, one that looks feminine. If there is anything outside of that, it's gay. Why two studs together? That's gay. You know,
which are gay. Like what?
That's the point exactly. And they just the stupidity is, man, it's real. It's so much segregation within. It's segregation in bis. Lesbian women do not like bisexual women. A lesbian will fuck with a straight woman before they fuck with a bisexual woman. It's a lot of fuckery.
I feel like that happens too in the gay community. Like
gay community don't believe in bi.
They don't believe in bisexual. Like
I just thought women would be more accepting.
Preference.
That's crazy.
Preference.
Yeah, you can't say you.
Why does it matter? Because if you fucking with me, no matter if you're pure gay or bisexual, you fucking with me.
You gay for me.
It's just what I'm comfortable with. One, two.
What did you say your preference was? What did you say, Nancy?
Oh, I prefer a lesbian.
I mean, I do too. I don't have anything against bisexual women, but I don't date bisexual women. I only date lesbians.
That's why I'm saying it goes back to preference. I would prefer to be with a woman who has either been with other women. I would prefer not to be the first woman.
Right.
It's just my preference.
Because I ain't no school teacher.
I think I will fail. I'm still teaching myself over here. I think as long as two people love each other, I think it's dope. I mean, the first time I saw two studs, I guess, or whatever they were called, I thought it was dope. They were dancing together. They were on sync. They were making eye contact. And for everybody who was hating, I'm looking at them like, y'all realize y'all here by yourself, right?
Oh, they realized that those are two fucking women. When the clothes came on, y'all still did the same thing.
That's the same thing in the community, child.
It's terrible.
Two tops, two bottoms. What? Ooh, that's gay. It's gonna be giving. Well, first of all, I don't believe in the whole position thing. Like, we just do what we're gonna do. But if you identify or you say like I'm a top and you try to date another top, it's gonna be like one of y'all getting poked. When something happening, it's like, first of all, mind your business what goes on in our bedroom. Sorry, it's crashed outside of my house. But that goes back to like the whole overtree of the whole LGBTQIA plus community when people homophobes are like, well, you shouldn't like this and like mind your business what I'm doing in my bedroom. I don't be caring about what you're doing in your bedroom. I do not care.
That part.
So I say that because the gay and lesbian community, it's like y'all, we say we want to be accepted, but y'all emulate, y'all do the same thing they doing to us, like picking each other apart about what you doing in the bedroom. Mind your business.
Exactly. If somebody saw me and Dansby together, that would be gay.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, y'all gay. Duh.
Right. If you have a masculine center, a more masculine person, masculine lesbian, and they were like, "Oh, I'll let my femme strap me," or they take strapping anyway. Oh, that's fucking World War III.
Really?
In the conversation.
Yeah, I got a lesbian cousin. She told me all of that. She was like, it can be real vicious in the lesbian community. Like,
it is.
Like, she was like, my cousin was telling me like if a femme is with a stud and then she find out that her stud has been strapped, it's like, I don't want to be with you no more. Like, you getting strapped. It's like,
it's crazy because it's in the same thing in the gay community. Like, damn, my top just got topped. Oh no.
You're not masculine like I thought you was.
Mm-hmm. I need to go outside more. I'm see. We all learn.
That's why you need to come on to Florida so I can get in honey school.
Hey, you saw what I inboxed earlier.
Honey school.
Yeah, you gotta go to honey gay school.
All that apparently everybody else is like dealing with. And you look like,
I'm cool with trying to learn who I am with the person I'm with, and we can figure it out together. It's not anyone else's business. Explain it to me. We can talk about it. I can explain to you my struggles with it. We can either figure it out, or I'm gonna have a hard no to it. It's no different than in a straight relationship.
Well, that's a negative word. I don't like that.
I just I didn't know all of this. Look at me learning today.
That's all right. I'm gonna call you when we're over with. We're gonna start at the beginning.
You are still on
some lessons.
Someone made a really
So,
comment to heteronormative.
Anthony has a question. He keep raising his church finger.
Okay.
I'm here to learn, and like you guys say, I stay in my lane. I mind my business, but sometimes dudes cross over, and my whole thing is respect. And Taki knows this about me. I respect everybody. Like I said, I accept. I'm mind blown right now. I'm so fucked up in the head about all this that's being shared. But
me too.
I'm like, man, like it's difficult to be. But okay, let me get my question. Okay, this is my scenario. I'm a father. I have 2 young kids. 8-year-old boy, 4-year-old daughter. My visitation nights, we go out to eat, and I respect. This is the situation. Young ladies kissing. Okay, cool. But then it turned into bedroom behavior. So I removed myself and my children. And then I'm verbally attacked and say, oh, you got a problem with it? I said, no, I don't have a problem with what you're doing. But I think it's that where you guys are headed, it should wait till home.
That's fair.
As me being a straight man, what was my response wrong? And if so, what corrections can I make to?
No, your response fine. You didn't. I don't feel like you didn't verbally attack them. You just removed your kids from seeing, right?
Yeah, I just removed.
They felt some kind of way, but I feel like you probably would have did that if it was a straight couple getting freaky in front of your kids. So like that's on them for feeling how they felt. They felt insecure. They felt like they was being like, no, y'all just was having bedroom behavior outside, like take it somewhere else.
There's a limit on everything. I think that us being gay, I think that because we have been so suppressed for so long, we are trying to make people accept everything that we do, and we can't do everything out in public, just like straight people can't do everything out in public. I think that's a really big issue in the gay community. They're like, well, if I want to wear just a jockstrap outside, I should be able to do so. No, baby.
Not in all settings. Know your settings, baby. If you at like the Blossom Festival, something like that, like a setting where you can do that, then yes. But I also don't want to see straight women just out there in thongs in the middle of the street. I don't want to see dudes out there and just. I don't want to see that. Take that in your bedroom or in a setting where it's supposed to be.
There are limits to everything.
With everybody.
Everybody.
So and you're perfectly fine, Aunt.
Oh, because I know. And then and the follow up to my first question. The reason I asked is because I don't have any. Pardon me for my ignorance. Any gay male friends, but I have plenty of female friends. And one of my closest friends, Satara, she's a EP and AP, executive producer, associate producer, and that's why I asked, because as far as supporting a friend that always leans on you for a helping an ear. How, besides that ear that I lend, how can what am I trying to say? How do I support them as far as advice and further understanding of what they're going through, of like reassurance from me, if that makes any sense.
Who is that?
My friend. Because she's like my question, like I said, she's a triple minority, Black, female, and she's a lesbian in her field, which is entertainment. So she gets into a lot of disrespectful situations where they just is like, we're blowing you off. We're gonna go with this. But I just said what that person said, so I get a lot of her stuff, and she's like, yo, Aunt, like, what's going on? And we've been friends, and all I do is just listen. And sometimes it's kind of like,
you want to know how to give her better advice?
A better support, not so much advice, because I don't feel like I'm helping her when she gets.
You might just be helping by listening. I mean, you're not a gay person. You're not in the gay community, so you may not know what she's going through with her sexuality, but what she's going through as being a Black female.
As a black person.
Right.
Yeah, you beat me to it. Sexuality really doesn't have much of a realm in it when it comes to workplace, what she's going through, at least from what I think I'm comprehending from you.
Okay.
I think it's just being a Black woman thing. I don't think it's being a lesbian thing at all.
Right.
I think that it's just like, girl, call HR and get everybody fired and call it a fucking day.
Whoa.
Sometimes,
As an HR rep, we do not fire on all occasions. There are teachable moments.
Not the teachable moment. I am.
Here we go.
It's getting fired. You being discriminatory, fired.
Right, and then it's
specific reason I want him fired.
Yeah, she comes from, I think sometimes I hear it's because I'm lesbian, you know, and that's why I act. And sometimes, but like you said, Mark, and like you said, Rock, like I'm like, well, I can help you as far as being, hearing the Black part, but I'm not too sure because I don't know. And that's why I asked if like you guys face, there's certain things that you face with being in work settings,
I think that comes to specific situations. Whereas, there's one thing to be Black and a woman and you feel that, but I feel like it takes a lot to be discriminated by being your sexuality. So, i.e., if she's a woman and she has to counsel someone one-on-one, and that woman just didn't want to be with her, okay, then I could say, maybe that's a sexuality issue. But if people are just blowing her off, I don't think that's a lesbian issue at all. People used to blow her all the time, so I started cussing everybody out. Ask Randolph when we were stationed in Maryland together. That's where I was very quickly.
And then in entertainment, that I'm in. I do script writing and all of that. Like I want to like be an executive producer and stuff. But I've already learned early on I'm gonna have to be my own boss. I'm gonna have to like start doing my own stuff. I'm gonna have to start working with. I don't really necessarily want to go to Hollywood. I just want Hollywood to see me, and they are.
Okay, put me in one of your movies.
I will.
Can I be Olivia Pope?
Y'all keep cutting my camera off because my camera.
I like that one.
Y'all keep cutting my shit off. Like y'all don't want me to talk. Like my camera and stuff keep going off and be.
Oh yeah, I see your camera was going off.
I was on you.
No, I'm sitting here looking like, damn, I got kicked out of the cool kids.
That's the Korea internet, baby. That's the Korea internet.
Get out my head, Mark.
That part, Mark Anthony.
Hello.
Because he's always having issues. That's why
You
I
said
told him.
everybody but themselves.
Contact your internet provider.
Oh.
Make sure your ceiling fan is off. And
hey, I don't turn everything off.
Call Honey. She'll help you. She in IT.
For real, there you go.
She off the clock. Don't call Honey. Don't let that be off.
There you go. Monday through Thursday by 12.
Oh, you don't work on the side?
I mean, technically I have to like log in, but it's near 0% productivity on that.
I'm with that.
Girl, you're being recorded. You might want to just shine it back. Hey, can we
do
some of that?
And you trying to set her up.
I'm trying to see that. I might get when I come down there, so I need you to clean that up.
Well, I'm a contractor, so they technically can't fire me. They can just not extend my contract.
Yep.
See, work for yourself. Working for yourself.
Specifics. All right.
I'm not in HR. I can't be fired.
Oh.
But they can say, you know what?
That sounds
your contract is done.
Thank you for your service. Your contract will not be renewed.
Right. That's what they're gonna say.
That was salty-ish. That was salty-ish. Okay, so question. Dang, Aunt, hurry up and put his mic on mute when I said question. You all right? You all right? Okay.
Bless his heart.
Just checking. So I know another question that always comes up when you start talking about gay, lesbian, whatever, is I know as me having a friend with dealing with this thing in the bottom corner there, I always get the, oh, honey's trying to be your girlfriend and she's going to turn you gay and whatever. We get that. Or, people crack jokes about if I was in a gay relationship, if I was gay, I'd be in a relationship already. Is there such a thing as gay people having a better relationship than straight people?
Hell nah to the nah. To the nah.
We might have more sex and better sex, but not the relationship part is just definitely not.
No, Tommy. No.
I'm just saying.
I think our process for sure is different as far as timeline. I know, but for the most part, we go through the same thing y'all go through.
People still toxic. People still play games. People still cheat. People still lie. People still waste your time.
So people just being people.
People being people. Okay. People are people.
I'm gonna piggyback off of T. I can't even talk. So,
get it together, Maria.
So I'm gonna ask this: is there a such thing as a gaydar?
As who?
A gaydar?
Yeah.
I don't have one.
Cause sometimes I'd be off. I'd be like, "Oh, you gay? Oh." Cause but that's also like it's just like thinking that gay is a box. Like you just you just never know. There are like even like because people put the gaydar in like a trans thing too. Like, oh, is that a trans? Like, and I'd be like, I don't know. Like, I haven't met trans people. I didn't even know they was trans. They told me. I'd be like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what's most importantly is that it's not our job to care. Really. You know, I have my man, and that's the only man I need to know if it's gay or not. You know what I mean? I'm friends with everybody else, whether you're gay, straight, bi, non-binary, any of that. Your sexuality doesn't matter to me. So my gaydar, it don't matter unless I'm single and I'm trying to figure out if we finna date. But up until then, honestly, if we were just on a podcast with just all 7, 8 of us right here, and I don't need to know y'all sexuality. I just know we're good people on a podcast having a good time. The alcohol is very scary.
Pinky, when did you come out? Oh, my bad. I know Dance, you don't have a gaydar.
Did you just try to be funny, Heifer?
She said, when did you come out? Inquiring minds want to know.
I thought that's what they had. I'm telling you,
she did that.
She harasses me.
There's people in the comments that's waiting on that answer.
She gives me difficultness, especially when I have my hair short and I was going to the barber because I was rocking my short hair. She was like, "Oh, Mr. Still Your Girl." Every time I got my hair cut. Yeah, she gives me a hard time. And like, because she is my friend, she always cracks jokes about if you was gay, you'd be better off because these dudes be trying to talk to you ain't shit. Because we all know the dating pool got piss in it. So
there's a lot of ain't shit
on my end.
Look, don't do that. I'm trying to marry.
Shots fired.
A lot of ain't shit men out here. Like,
hello.
The scales are balanced. Just don't get it.
No, that scales are balanced. That shit like this.
Shots fired.
Not
Let
like
me go
this.
back to the comment that T made about because we're friends that always people are talking about, oh, well, you're dating Honey or Honey's trying to convert you. First of all, I need people to understand that gay people in general, every gay man don't want every man that they see, and every gay woman don't like every woman that they see. I have platonic relationship with all.
You stole my question. You don't miss my question.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Can you stop cutting
Go ahead.
while she explains?
I'm sorry. My
You
bad.
let her talk. Fuck your question. Let her talk.
But me and T have been friends for probably like 10 years. And I don't want none of my friends. Like, I literally have a platonic relationship with every female that a friend. And I have like a lot of straight fucking friends. So I don't understand how people just assume that, oh, you gay or you trying to date all your straight people, or how have you slept with your best friend or da-da-da-da, like with you. I'm gonna slap shit out somebody.
That's one of the first questions people ask. Like, oh, y'all are really close. Have y'all fucked yet?
Right.
No, we haven't. No. Actually, we're just really good friends.
Yeah.
Sorry about it. You know?
Yeah.
It's a little frustrating that we as LGBT community are just seen as hypersexual beings and we're not allowed to have platonic relationships with people. You know, if me and Rocky were hanging out and I introduced him to my friends, they'd be like, so did y'all fuck yet? No, girl, this is just my girl. Like, we out. and we drinking and we having a good time. It doesn't always have to be sex. That's one thing I actually really despise about our community, how hypersexual our community can be in a lot of ways. You know, we're not allowed to be professional all the time. We're not allowed to just have friends or any of that. So it's a little exhausting. Now, granted, there are times and places where we are hypersexual. Let's be honest here. But
that's
it just sucks that that is the overall encompassing essence of what people think gays are. Or lesbians are. They think that you're a whore and you just want to have sex and, you know, just bow every single person, you know.
And we being serious, the real over hypersexual ones is straight men.
Hello,
man. Ooh,
there she go. Look, there she go. There she go.
That part.
Straight men are so over hypersexual. They hypersexualize. Everything is just like a sex. It's always like sundress season. Oh my God, damn, she got fat ass. Oh my God, damn.
Are you rocking the sundress
in the barbershop? Y'all see that? Look at her walking past. Damn, she fit. I beat that. Oh, she not even ready for that. It's everything like, even when they approach women, it's just like, oh, women, like, you know, if a woman like rejects a straight man, I'm not saying this about all straight men, but I see it so much. Like it's very like, oh, you don't know what you missing. I'll do this to you. It's giving like, boy, shut up. Like, or then they start getting disrespectful because they feel like they was put down. Like it's like, especially black straight men, it can be really, really, really bad. But then they always look at us like, oh, we like over sexual. All we want to do is have sex. And it's just like, no, baby, me and my man, we lay up most of the time, watch movies, eat, smoke, chill. Like, cause sex is a lot of work. First of all,
can we be honest for us?
And that's for straight people, gay people. It's a lot of work.
It's hot. Can we talk for a minute on that?
It's just I personally don't have knees like Megan no more. So
listen, it's getting very lay on your side and like get what you get, baby. Cause
I barely even do that.
Chuck, I know everybody has like their moments where they getting really riled up, man. Like, but sex is a lot and stuff. But yeah, I think straight men, especially straight black men, over sexualize everything and are very hypersexual.
Because I think for me, that's one of the reasons why I'm single, because that is a major turnoff to me. When you message me asking me, send me a pic or send me something sexy or come lay in the bed with me, but you can't have clothes on. Negro, can you buy me a cup of coffee? Hello, good morning before you hit me with that. Like, it's a major turn off. And especially if I'm nice enough not to block you after you said it and we continue to communicate and you keep coming into me as in a sexual nature. Deuces.
That's gonna come naturally.
It's a chop. And that's the thing. People just
go ahead, Randolph, ready.
Here you go.
I'm stuck on that. I can't.
I'm gonna go there. So listen to all of this stuff, everything that y'all just, all the comments that y'all just made. It made me think of not a question, but a statement that I'm always hearing about the community. It seems like there's an attack on heterosexualness. Can y'all y'all agree?
He sounds like a white person on Fox News blaming black folks for their problems.
Man, for real.
I'm sorry.
Get him, Dansby. Get him.
Okay, go ahead.
Get him.
And this, is it either sympathize or empathize? I always use the two words wrong with black men and the problems they face in the world. But a couple of things y'all need to understand. Women aren't the reason why y'all are falling back because we ain't supporting y'all. It ain't always just white folks. Sometimes it's just y'all. It ain't gay men. Because guess what? Like we said in this entire podcast, they don't want you like that. Unless you want them. But they can acknowledge they want you, but not pursue you. I'm going to stick with that.
Right.
It ain't always about you. And I don't mean you as an individual, but you as a black man. It ain't about you. So if someone expressed their struggles with something, if someone expressed their problems with a situation, it's not saying that all of this is the issue and you all are holding me back. It's not that. it's not about you. Let me leave it at that statement.
I also wouldn't say it's an attack on heterosexuals. I think honestly, when we really get down to the nitty gritty of it, growing up, at least for me, I have been so demoralized and so crushed by heterosexual people by not being heterosexual that it comes to a point where you just have to just speak on it. You really just have to. And it's not an attack, it's what we've gone through. So you have to think about it. For a good majority of us, it took us years to get comfortable in our skin. Like, yeah, I came out my sophomore year, but I grew into my full self, my full potential as an adult, trying to traverse the waters of heteronormity and being straight and all of that. You know what I mean? And straight people have a way of making people who aren't straight feel that what they're doing is wrong or they need to conform. Hence heteronormative boxes. You know, in gay community, there's always the girl or the guy. And I'm pretty sure it's the same thing in the lesbian community. Who takes it, who gives it. It's not an attack on straight people by any means, form, or fashion. It's just we are fed up trying to fit and deal with what straight people expect us to be because we've done that for eons and we're just not doing it anymore. You know what I mean? Exactly. Some days I want to be the bitch and some days I want to be the man. I'm finna do it. You're not finna put me in a box. Most of the time I'm finna be 24/7. But you know, there's some days I'm trying to. Never mind, I'm not going to say that, but.
Don't say it. I think we didn't heard words.
I know. Let me
so
what you gotta say.
The comments are on fire.
Comments are on fire.
Kim said, woo, this topic is fire. She said, I just made a post yesterday about the hate for the gay community. Someone is bouncing. Actually, that's Tin Sal, and she wants to know, Mark Anthony, what's considered being attacked with the heterosexual folks?
That's actually a really good question because I actually don't know. I feel like that question was kind of directed towards Randolph, maybe.
Yeah, maybe Randolph.
And that's what I was going to answer. And so what I'm keep hearing and seeing, like Dansby said, like on Fox News and shit like that, they're saying that there's a major push to I guess minimize heterosexual and to demasculate. What is the word? Demasculate or whatever. I'm not good with big words. So.
No, I know what you're saying. So yeah, I guess the attacks would be people think that attacks on especially like straight men, and you know how Mark Anthony, we can always say like that's toxic masculinity. That's toxic. Like I have a lot of friends be like my straight male friends be like, what is toxic masculinity? I'd be like, just over asserting yourself, making it feel like you have to be like, oh nah, bro, I'm not gay, or that's gay, or saying no homo, or like just shut up. Like nobody is caring about what y'all want. Now if you want to express what you want, then okay, that's on you. But don't be like just the toxic masculinity is anything that is you have to like over say like I am a man. Okay, we get it. You're a man. Right. Okay, now what? Now what?
Great, you're a man. Now what?
Or thinking because excuse me for being a little explicit. Thinking because I may sometimes take the D that I'm like I can't fight or I'm now not masculine because that happens. Like because there are plenty of straight men that like take it too. If y'all didn't know about pegging and stuff, and they're still the man in the relationship. Just because you take it don't mean
TK.
Like I don't really think it's no attack. I just think that excuse my French, niggas be sensitive and they just like just be sensitive to our freedom.
Yes, that's very that because we're not scared anymore. We're not sitting in a box. We're not pretending to be a straight man trying to hit on women that they're just like, I'm a little intimidated about this. I don't like that.
So then they start saying little stuff like, like, I don't go that way, bro. I didn't ask you that.
Exactly.
Why you being toxic? I didn't ask you that.
It ain't
I didn't
about.
ask you that at all. And it mainly be straight men, but I do know straight women who will be like, I just don't want to be around. Like, I know straight women that will see Dansby and Honey and be like, oh, I hope they know, like, I hope your friends know, like, girl, my friends don't care about you. What you being intimidated for? That's because you probably really want them and you really don't know how to express it.
And that's the thing. It's not our job as the gay community to convert people. We're not vampires, girl. We're not going around biting people and turning people gay.
You're gay
That's
now.
not what it is.
Well, that's
like, girl, if you are gay, you're gay.
Yeah.
We're not gonna and be like, you gay, bitch. Now what? We just, that's not us.
You got the gay bug now.
Okay. Run, bitch. We're not gonna do that. And so I've never understood why people are like, oh, the gays are turning our kids gay and that. That's not our job. If I see I'm not gonna go and try and convert him and be like, oh, he fine, but that's about it. I see he with a woman and that's it.
Or even attack they had on trans people still have on trans people, but that whole bathroom issue, trans people shouldn't. Girl, if you think that a trans person is coming into a female bathroom, a trans woman is coming to a female bathroom, granted, if a trans woman is post-op, pre-op, that's none of your business, first of all. Bingo. And you're just assuming that they are post-op or pre-op, and you're assuming that they're just going to come in here and molest you. Where is your mind at? What? You're the pervert.
You're right. Because what's more is that you really think that somebody finna go there, and this is no shade to the trans community, so I'm so sorry for those who are watching, but I don't, there's no one's gonna come in there in a fucking wig and a dress and some heels and slap on some lipstick to go to a bathroom. Like, you would really think that someone would go and humiliate themselves purposely.
And if a straight man is doing that just to go molest women, then you're a sicko. That's not what trans people are about. They just want to live their damn lives. All they want to do is use the bathroom. They just want to use the bathroom in peace. And y'all telling them that you think they're going to go in a wig
to purposely embarrass themselves. And it's not fair. It really sucks. I made a comment a long time ago. It was never about bathrooms, just like it was never about water fountains back then. You know what I mean? The issue isn't about bathrooms. The issue back then wasn't about water fountains.
And
where you sit on the bus.
Mark, I'm so glad you brought that up because I often tell like homophobic people who I'm arguing with, or I call them Bible thumpers because it's usually a person from the church throwing the Bible at my head.
Yes.
You telling me that being gay is wrong is the same thing as a racist telling you that being black is wrong. Because for a long time they used to say that y'all black asses wasn't even allowed in church. Y'all were gonna go to hell for being black. Yep. So they tell our ancestors that all the time that y'all are black. So y'all may join the Christian religion, but you're still going to hell because you're black. You was not supposed to be born this way. So you telling me that I'm wrong because I'm gay is the same thing as a racist telling me that I need to go back to Africa.
Yeah.
Which I have to deal with both of those. I have to deal with both homophobes and racist people telling me to go back to Africa and stop being gay. So like I have to deal with both of those at the same time.
I don't even want to talk about the Bible thumpers in the gay community. Like that's
in the gay community and
in the gay community.
Because the Lil Nas X thing, I had so many gay friends like, well, he was doing too much. He should have never. He was in heaven, and then he was in hell. I don't play with God. It's give a girl what? Hell isn't even real.
And exactly, it's entertainment. That video was fire. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I've been saying it.
They gotta be worshiping this white Jesus, like, girl, get out my face.
White Jesus.
Because Jesus had, if y'all wanted to really go by the Bible, Jesus had hair of wool. I don't know now one white person with woolly hair. They mix and they mix with something.
They mix with nigga. That's what they mix with.
That's why I have black Jesus in my house and black Santa, all of it. Anything mythical, black.
I'm about to start getting black bunny rabbits. Everything black.
Ain't shit white in my house. Black
Cupid.
Black baby Jesus. Black grown Jesus. Black Santa. Black reindeer. All of it black.
Did y'all with a Cupid outfit on?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Yeah. Hey,
Could
tell
y'all
me with
picture
that
Durian
little
with
ass bow and
a
arrow.
Cupid outfit on?
With the tail?
Tell me with that little bow and arrow. Shoot motherfuckers. Boop. You in love now, bitch, and walk off.
That's how we really do it. Boop, you gay now. Figure it out, bitch.
That's what they think we be doing. That's what they think.
You just got converted, bitch.
It really is.
You just been infected with the gay.
If y'all
Now,
watching this, y'all gonna be gay.
oh yeah,
Every episode in.
because then they think, because then I hate like because I do Vogue. People just like, oh yeah, you know, that's like a feminine thing, but like Vogue is dancing.
First of all, that shit is hard.
Vogue is
Okay?
expression.
It is.
Like, bitch, you ever try to duck walk, bitch? I fall right on my face.
Yeah, and they think that all like a lot of like straight people would think just like automatically just like everybody's into Vogue in the gay community, everybody's into ballroom, everybody's into the same thing. We different just like y'all. Everybody not into the same thing. It's some people that don't do ballroom.
I actually like to watch ballroom. I'm very much impressed at the Megan Thee Stallion knee structure that these, you know, that the guys have, and like just the stuff that they can do. And I'm over here like, see, that's that bullshit.
Y'all talking about a TV show? What's the ballroom? Y'all haven't broke it down yet. Like I heard
we did break it down. Where the fuck was you? Rocky broke that shit down.
What'd you say,
I'm trying to understand. Y'all mentioned some people, and I'm like, what?
So ballroom is an underground culture that was started by Black trans women and Black drag queens. Because they used to have ball pageants back in the 60s, 50s, and 60s. It's been going on really honestly for years and years. Actually, the first drag queen to ever throw out like a ball, his name was William Dorsey, and he was a Black free slave. But anyway, white drags took that and started doing their ball pageants, and they would exclude Black and brown bodies, and basically not exclude them, but we would never win. Just never a win. So Crystal LaBeija started this scene where Black and brown Latino people would just compete, and it just grew into like we are like now like different organizations, different what we call houses, and we just compete for cash prizes, trophies, accolades. It's all different kinds of like categories. There also allies are involved. There's plenty of straight, really just straight women that are involved. Lesbian women are involved. They have lesbian houses too. It's an underground culture, but now it's blown up because it was already blown up because back in the 90s they had Paris is Burning, but that's a whole other thing because white women really just took Black stories and ate off of it, and they didn't really eat off of it, but. We've also had Pose, which is on TV, and then there's a show called Legendary now on HBO Max, which basically shows the ballroom scene now and how we compete and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pose is from the 80s and 90s, so if you want to go back to see, you know, where it came from in New York, then you should watch Pose.
Oh, I always say Paris is Burning. Paris is Burning is one of my favorite documentaries ever. That's from the 80s though. That's showing like when the ballroom scene was like really just like it was like really getting hot. But it started in the 60s and 70s.
Got you. So okay. Question. Kim wants to know, how can us as allies help other people understand the LGBTQ community?
Just accept this and just treat us as human beings. I also want to say, because I've been waiting to say this, because I forgot to say it. LGBTQIA, because that also bothers me a little bit, because we all group it together, but lesbian, gay, bisexual, those are sexualities. Trans or pansexual, trans, and asexual. But trans and intersexual, that's a being. That is a person. Like, and just like know those things, and also know that just treat us as humans. We just like you. Like we've all said our relationships ain't no different from y'all. We all go through the same bullshit. We go through the same woes, the same financial struggles, the same wanting to be accepted. We have insecurities. Just like y'all got insecurities. We go through human woes. Just treat us as humans and just tell other people, just treat them as a human. I honestly, to go back, when TK said, when did you come out? And then Dansby was like, I love Dansby's answer because when I got older, I realized I should have never fucking came out. I didn't have to give y'all anything. It's no coming out because straight people do not have to come out.
That part.
Y'all don't have to announce, hey, I'm straight and I date this girl.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't have to do the same thing. We shouldn't have to do that. It should just be, hey, yeah, I'm dating now. Oh, you are? Yeah, I met this person, and then like that's it. Like,
are you happy? That's the only
coming out is like the dumbest kind. Like
that part.
Even like this whole, like, I'm very like, and I know y'all seen my post I had not too long ago on Facebook. If y'all had like Nika TK, I said like I'm all for pride. I love being prideful, but the shit is stupid. Like I shouldn't have to like be put on Jump Street and stuff because if y'all don't know the history, first Pride was a riot.
Yes,
because we were trying to be accepted. Now it's all parades and stuff, and all these companies want to have rainbow flags and stuff and everything. But y'all these companies do Pride Month, and it's always a rainbow flag. I just seen Shake Shack got a rainbow shake. Why?
Yes,
are y'all donating the proceeds to? Are y'all donating the proceeds to? Black or not even just black, but gay people in general who have been put out of their houses, helping them get income, helping trans people with their transitions, because obviously the health system is broken and don't want to fucking help people. If you ain't got no money, you can't do it. So like, where is these proceeds going to? Y'all just trying to eat off of us for being prideful. And bitch, what if we do the same thing all year? Hey, take these straight cookies. I got straight cookies for y'all. Straight cookies. Straight cookies.
I can't say this about Pride. Like the first Pride I ever went to was for people like who are straight. It's educational. They do have like a lot of like little bit tidbits of information about the community, how you can support, like different information about people who have been put out on the street or whatever. They do have that, but black gay pride, none of that.
Oh, it's a party. Well, no, I can't say that because I work for Pride, DC Pride.
I mean, they do have the booths and they have the information,
but black gay people are always like, let's go party. Well, don't get it twisted, because I've been to Capitol Prides and like the white Pride too, and they all about party as well. But it's always like a party. I guess it's a celebration that we can be ourselves and be free, but it just bothers me that, like, first of all, it's kind of like Black History Month. Y'all honoring us for 1 month and giving us a month, and then it's like, okay, we'll see y'all again next June.
Yeah,
right.
Because the same thing happened for Black History Month. These companies be like, we stand with the black community. We won't hear about it no other time after that.
Exactly.
So since you said that, you got me thinking, and this is not one of my questions, but now it is. So do you think that it has been weaponized as far as like financial gain? Like
oh hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Even gay people, like Honey just said, during Black Gay Prides, the regular clubs that you go to, they turn into like $50-$60 to get in. The drinks is all extra high.
Yeah.
It's a money thing.
$50-$60.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Look,
and that's like per club, because you got like multiple clubs that are having events. So if you want to go to all of them, you're going to have to pay at the door unless you buy a Pride wristband, like, because they had that shit on sale.
Yep.
And that's like $120 for the weekend.
Yes. I went to, y'all know, I just got back from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. My entire trip was only about $2,500. Very cute. Stayed there for 8 days, but we went for Gay Pride. Covers to get into the clubs were $100 to get in per person.
No, you fucking lying.
Let me tell you.
And people,
I would have been parking lot pimping like,
that part.
And people, there was literally hundreds of people in the club, so you know they made their money. Their drinks were like double the price. But any other time, if it wasn't the nightclub time, everything was cheap. You know what I mean? I could pay for all of my friends for $20 US. All four of us would go out to eat, and it's $20 US. You know what I mean? But
we have a free bar in DC doing Pride. It
and shake our ass. You about to buy a wristband because the wristband is cheaper than paying the $100 cover.
Damn.
It doesn't make any sense.
I wish I would.
Pride is like a big money pit now. That's why as I got older, I was like, I don't really do Pride. I'll go out and see y'all, but I don't really do Pride because first of all, I'm prideful 365 days a year.
Hello.
366 on a leap year.
Yeah.
I'm always prideful. I'm always happy about who I am, and I'm really prideful because it took me a long time to even love who I am. Like Mark said, I came out when I was in 10th grade, but even then I was trying to fit in with groups. I was trying to figure out where I landed at in the gay community because I felt I was ostracized all the time for being too feminine or being too gay or I'm a bottom. I could never be a top. I could never, like, it was a lot. I'm 33 and I'm just like in the last like 2 years feeling comfortable with exactly who I am. And my boyfriend got a lot to do with that. I met him at the start of the pandemic and he's like just made me comfortable with who I am as a person.
Awesome.
That's what's up.
And that's another thing as well. Just because someone comes out at sophomore year, 26, 36, 46, doesn't mean they know who they are. You know what I mean? They don't know how to be gay, if that makes sense. They don't know how to traverse the waters, and just because I come out at 30 versus my sophomore year of high school doesn't make me any more gay or any less gay, or I know who I am or what I want or any of that. It takes time to really build up to it because your whole life or whatever age you decide to come out at, you were so accustomed to being someone who blended in, who didn't cause attention to yourself. So that now when you finally reintroduce yourself, you have to rediscover who Mark Anthony is or who Rocky is or who Honey is or who Dansby is. You know what I mean? You have to refigure that out. So for people who have friends and have kids or cousins or brothers or fathers or mothers who are coming out, take that with a grain of salt. They're coming out because they need to introduce themselves to you, but they also are seeking guidance and patience on them trying to discover who they are, because it's not an instant thing. You don't come out and you know who you are. It's a very different transition there. Just coming out as gay is a whole different whirlwind.
And the crazy thing about that is there's straight people 30, 40 that don't know
who they are.
They still trying to figure it out. Hell, I'm one of them damn people my damn self. I'm still trying to figure out life. Because when you're on a path of healing, that changes who you are.
Come on now.
So yeah, it like flips a whole different switch. So we trying to figure it out. So there's a comment from Morgan that says, even though I'm a straight man, some of my best and most uplifting conversations have been with gay men. I have no problem with sitting down and talking with someone that is part of the LGBTQ community at all. Morgan is the person that normally does our intros. That is also my daughter's boyfriend. And he is they said hi, Morgan. And yeah, he's sitting over here with me now. But he is very supportive of, even like I said, my daughter told me she was pansexual. He's very supportive of her choices.
Bring his big-headed ass on the screen.
I think
you know what he said? He was like, "Man, I should have got on tonight." And I'm like, "Why you didn't say nothing?"
So my big thing about that is that, and this is no disrespect to Morgan in any form or fashion, it just bothers me when people see us as different people, different creatures, different beings. When there's like, I have no problem sitting down with a gay person. Okay, bitch, I ain't got no problem sitting down with a straight person. And that's no disrespect to Morgan in any way. You know what I mean? But it's just, I'm sick and tired of being looked at as someone less than, or someone different than, or someone not normal. It shouldn't be, I have no problem sitting down with somebody. I can talk to you as a man. well, I would hope that you would, because I'm not trying to be with you.
Yeah.
You know,
again,
so my sexuality shouldn't matter if we can sit down at a table and chat. And again, this is no disrespect to Morgan.
Yeah.
It's just, it happens to me so much when there's like, well, Mark Anthony, you know, I have no problem sitting down with a gay man. Well, it shouldn't be about gay.
Or like very like, oh, you know what? You a real cool gay guy.
Yes.
What did you expect me to be? You to be an asshole, or like to be rubbing up on you? Like, what did you think at first? Like,
does that come from conditioning? Like, does that come from being conditioned to, or the picture being painted that you guys are like that?
Oh, it's your mic that's giving feedback. I hear it.
Mm-hmm. That's that Korean mic again. I've been having problems with that mic since he got it.
That's better. Can y'all
say
hear
it
me
with your chest? Say
it with your chest,
right there. Can you hear me?
From one with the mic.
Yeah. Talk like Barry.
But yeah, Randolph, I do think it's conditioning. This is like, we started to touch on this last night before you was like, we don't want to go too deep in our conversation on Soundcheck, especially in the Black community. It's been conditioned since the time that they took us and said, hey, we're gonna make y'all feel like masculinity is everything. Yes. We're gonna rape y'all men. We're gonna rape y'all men in front of y'all. We're gonna make them rape each other. We're gonna cut their things off. We're gonna make y'all feel like your man. I'm holding it in my hand. He ain't got nothing now. And that goes with, to touch on something real quick, gender and sexuality are two totally different things, and your private parts do not assign you your gender. Just so I want people to know that your tangible parts do not assign you your gender.
Patent it.
Because there are, if y'all don't know,
I need a t-shirt. I'm
feeling it.
Okay, you better Dansby, you better copyright that. Tangible parts.
Them tangible parts.
TK, I want a t-shirt, TK.
Our shirt person is Nika Pinks.
Right here.
So we need a shirt.
But I was
get you a shirt that says Dansby.
I was saying
she messy. Ooh, she messy.
I was saying intersex. What people don't know is intersex is what used to be called hermaphrodite. You're not supposed to call it hermaphrodite anymore. It's a derogatory thing. But intersex, and I was just watching with Nika Sent actually before we got on, which is super. I loved it. Like I
did too.
Intersex people are born with both parts. Like they're born that way. Like the thing what Nika sent us in a group was a man he had a oversized clitoris, but it turned out to be a penis and testicles, but also has vagina at the same time. It's all wrapped into one. Just was born that way. And people be thinking like, oh, that can't be possible, but he's right here in front of your face. And there's a lot of people like that. They've been here, honestly, a long time, way before we was even here. They was here before they even came to Africa and swooped us up. A lot of our real African ancestors were worshiping intersex gods, because I actually have a book called The Spirit of Intimacy, Ancient African Teachings in the Ways in Relationships. Yeah. So basically this book is about how intersex people were born in Africa, and when they were born, they were instantly like gods, because it's like, oh wow, you have two parts. You must be tapped into something that we don't even understand. You can jump into both worlds, masculinity and femininity at the same time. So like they were worshipped. They were like instantly worshipped as babies and grown up to just be known as, because they felt like they can tap into spirituality way more, tap into the ancestors. The ancestors put them here for a reason. And I'll tell people that all the time, and they'll be like, stop, that's not true. Where does it say that at? It's just like, do your research. Like a lot of these African gods were intersex gods. Like, so like so yeah, I say that to say like intersexuality is and just sexuality and gender are two totally different things. And I wish we would start getting wrapped in both together. That's kind of why I don't like the LGBTQIA thing altogether, but I understand why it is, because we were always looked at as different. So now why not all put us all and group this in one. But I need people to understand gender and sexuality are two totally different things.
Another thing that's something that needs to be talked about too is that people are like, well, I don't understand your different pronouns and all this other stuff. But when people get a car, what's the first thing they do? They give it a gender. They give it a name. Oh, my car, look at her. Or they give random inanimate objects names, but they don't understand people's preferred pronouns or people's preferred anything. You know what I mean? And that they're like, well, I just don't understand. Well, girl, you just named your whole Mustang goddamn Blue Twinkle Shadow, and that's your girl. So how don't you know how to accept me for being gender non-conforming, or a trans person from going from male to female or female to male? But you can call your car, oh, I love her so much, she this and she that, and blah, blah, blah. I don't get it.
Mm.
Could it be it's a choice? Do you think it's a choice? Like they choose not to want to?
People choose not to understand.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. They always say we have a choice on being gay, and I don't, baby. I don't have a choice. I can't choose what I like. Like I can choose what I like, but how I feel, I can't stop that. But you can choose and not be ignorant.
Right, because when you think about it, do we really wake up every single fucking day thinking, I think I'm just going to be discriminated against today? Every day of my life. Every day of my life, I'm just going to choose to be discriminated against. And,
choosing violence today.
Like, no, I'd rather take the fucking hard road. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Let me go out here and wear some too short shorts and have my wrists like this, or just like even just like doing stuff like, because I do stuff like this all the time, just
all
like
the
randomly.
time. Yes.
And like, let me just do stuff like this so y'all can be like, why are you doing that? Because I feel like it. Like, let me just choose to argue with people every fucking day, because I don't think I go through really one day where I don't have to correct somebody and let them know, like, hey, what you doing is wrong. And it may sound, sometimes it's not even just about sexuality, racism, just discrimination, bigotry, sexism, classism. Like, it's yeah,
it sucks. But whatever. People are what people are, as we can see. In some things to our right hand side, people are just going to be people, and at the end of the day, we can either educate, and if they don't want to be educated, just move on. There's no point on getting that or riled up about it.
I'm actually laughing at it, because to me, when you get for me, when you get responses like that, it's because you struck a nerve.
Yeah.
So the only way individuals can respond or comprehend is to lash out, and that's part of the reason why we're doing what we're doing, because we want people to understand, but we also know that you're going to get individuals who refuse to understand, don't want to understand, and stuck in their ways of childlike behavior because of they don't want to understand. They're stuck in that old school, this is how it's supposed to be, this is how it's going to be.
These are very interesting comments.
I'm like over here. That's why I got quiet, because I'm over here blocking and reporting comments. Yeah. So it's my apologies.
It's just troll.
What made it happen? What made it happen?
We've been here in the background, and he's doing his little stuff while I'm doing mine too over here, and I'm like,
all it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's not because it's multiples, and I'm like,
and it's funny, the name Karen.
Yeah, and Rebecca, yeah, Peter.
I'm stuck on
yeah. So I'm like, wow, this is cute. Okay.
We just know that we're doing something right, and that's the thing.
Karen said, "Don't report me. I'm sorry, bitch. Go somewhere."
It sucks. You know what I mean? When we're doing something right, we get that.
Yes,
you know.
I mean, but it's the same. It's the same thing as like black people trying to, combat racism and stuff. Like, it's just like we're not allowed to speak about anything. And that's why I try to tell like homophobic and transphobic people all the time. Like, y'all do the same thing that our ancestors, especially when I say black homophobic and transphobic people, y'all do the same thing that our ancestors was like fighting against. Y'all do that same shit that white people do to us all the time.
Well,
like. And I gotta deal with it from a Karen outside, and then I also gotta deal with it from my own people. Like, I don't be having time for that. That's why I'm very like, I'm a chin checker. I will check somebody in a second. I have no problem with it. I don't care if you white, black, gay, straight. Like, I'm gonna correct you if you're wrong.
Yeah. But like you said, it's one of those things that when you're trying to do something positive, you still get that. When we do something negative, we get that. We can't win. Like,
somebody said white people made you. No, baby, everybody's from Africa. I hope you know that. Africa is the heart of the world, sweetie.
Uh-oh, now you're getting somewhere.
Oh, Jesus.
But
Somebody
again,
just had time today, but we got time too. Because we're still going to have our damn conversation.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm going to stay in private chat. I can't. I'm
gonna just talk to y'all.
Yeah, so we're not gonna give energy.
But what we're not gonna do is exactly, you beat me to it. Because they here, they watching. So while you here, hello, glad you could join us. Chronicles of a Black Sheep. Please continue to be here and support the show since you're here.
Views.
Thank you for the views. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Yes, for real. Because I'm like, yeah, okay, well, yeah. And anyway, yeah. So, insane.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, Karen.
And please make sure you subscribe to my OnlyFans. It's only $10 a month. I would greatly appreciate it since you guys all are here. I would love the extra paycheck. I need Starbucks in the morning, and your subscription to my OnlyFans would do that. So thank you.
Yes. And they take time out of their night to be here and support us all.
Please support the OnlyFans. I have feet pictures for those who love feet.
A little something all the way over my head. My show was subscribe. Send me the info.
Oh,
I told y'all I'm nosy. I'm nosy.
Okay, support Black business. Okay.
Support Black business. Girl.
That's what it is. Oh, okay, so all right, I'm gonna be nosy. I want to shift gears a little bit. Let the clowns on the other side. So my question is, have y'all? Huh?
Go ahead. Since you asked questions, now you got.
Okay. So my question, I'm gonna get a little nosy with it right now because now I'm gonna get into business just a little bit. So, has anybody here been approached by opposite sex and like, hey, give me a chance. I want to holler. What's up? Have y'all had any experiences like that? And if so, what was it like and how did you decline, if you declined?
Girl, I'm gay.
Nancy, go first.
It's very awkward.
I'm like, girl, I am gay. Girl, I'm gay. It's like, that's it. When I worked at the government one time, and I'll never forget. It was just, this creepy old lady. She used to always be like, "You just so fine. You so fine." And if I was just 20 years, a little younger, and I know, you like boys, but I think I could turn you back. I'd be like,
all the time.
I'm about to report you to HR, ma'am. This is sexual harassment. Yeah, but I usually just decline women and say, "Hey, I'm gay." But also, as I've gotten older, I realize I'm more like on the spectrum. Like, I know I like men, but like if I was to ever deal with a bisexual man, which I won't because I'm with my man, I know I'm gonna be with him forever. He don't like girls, but I have been dated bisexual men before, and they was like, "Would you have a threesome with me with a girl?" I'm like, "Yeah, as long as I find her attractive, I'm there with you. I'm really focused on you." Mm-hmm. You the one that's focused on her. I mean, but me and her kiss or do whatever, like, it's an experience. But I know what I like. But I'll do it with you. Yeah, I don't have no problem with that. I also, because if your people didn't know, trans men are men, But a lot of people feel like trans men, they still have vaginas, but they don't. They don't. Some of them like to call it the. Yeah. Some of them like to call it a vagina, but some of them don't. They call it whatever they call it. But and I don't mean it to be disrespectful to trans men at all. So I don't want anybody who's watching this in the trans community to think I'm being disrespectful. But I wouldn't mind having sex or being involved with the trans man as well. And some people may be like, a lot of gay men be like, that's vagina, that's pussy. And I'd be like, but still, it's not about that's a man to me. So I'm really there to just pleasure him. I'm not really thinking about his genitals. But whatever you want to do. So yeah, I say that to say as I get older, like as I've gotten older, I realize like, I'm very on the spectrum. Even though I identify as a gay, homosexual man, I'm like way more on the spectrum than I realized that I was. But everybody is different. But I'm all for rejection. Like I have no problem. That goes for gay men too that be hitting on me. Nah, baby, I'm not interested.
Okay.
I get hit on by a lot of men. Mind you, I dress like a guy, but for some reason they still approach, and they're always like, either I ain't had the right man, or you still got girl parts, or it's just something ignorant went like that. I had a guy come to the gas station. It was at a gas station with me, and mind you, I'm literally dressed, like I dress every day. And he was like, hey, you so fine. You know what? Let me pump your gas, and let me pay for that. Let me take care of that for you. You so sassy. I'm like, okay, well, we go ahead and take care of that for me. And I made this motherfucker pay for my gas. Shut his ass in my deuces. I like women, bitch. But thank you for that gas, though.
Right. Yeah. Because when you really think about it, it's very disrespectful. It really is when people are, oh, you just ain't had the right dude, or you just ain't had the right chick, and I can turn you out and da 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 da. But then if we were to be like, oh, you should just try being gay once, that
you ain't had the right one yet.
Right. We're the super sexual beings, and then everybody wants to file a sexual assault complaint on us. But people think, oh, you just ain't have the right one. I can change back. Girl, I don't need to be changed. Ain't nothing wrong over here.
What do you mean back? I was never there.
We're good.
I was never there. What do you mean go back?
Everything is great here. So,
I'm torn between it because I can appreciate a person's approach of saying, I like you. So yes, I feel like I could be the one that will make you happy. Sadly, it comes off as in, I'm going to change you. When in reality, I'm just saying, I want to be the one that makes you happy.
Right.
I disagree with the approach if it becomes continuously pushy.
Right.
Like, don't push the concept. I appreciate the fact that you want to be a part of me and grow with me in ways of blah, 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 blah. But if you're just saying that because you want a piece of me for a moment in time, then that's when it becomes an issue. Because at that point, it becomes more of a, I can't think of the word, but like a conquest. Is that a good word? Yeah. And I'm not that
narcissistic.
But I can see it smally and mildly on both ways. I try to be open. I've come across more guys that just don't get it, and they keep trying to push. The guys that have tried to come with me is literally, can I have your number? Sure. But before we begin this process, can you tell me what your intentions are?
Yes.
I want to be your friend. Easy.
You didn't did too much.
Right.
You didn't did too much. You gave him the damn number.
Because, and this kind of goes to this question, I don't assume anything unless I feel like I need to protect myself from something.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are genuine and some people are assholes. I believe in giving some people, keyword is some people, a chance. Mm-hmm. But I also don't feel like dealing with you. It varies based off of how I feel in the moment. I've had guys that like, look, I think you're a cool person. So numbers exchanged. Honestly, T, that's how I met our mutual friend. We bonded in a different way to begin with it.
Right.
But to this day, I look at him as my big brother. I love him to death. And I although he's a very Southern man, he loves to open doors. I let him open my door. I make sure he closes it. I make sure I'm all the way in and all that for him. He'll buy me a drink, all that. I allow him to be himself. But we became friends out there. I don't want to lose the opportunity of gaining a friend, if that person's going to mutually impact my life over time. Just don't get pushy with it and don't be aggressive with it. Would be my issue.
Yeah.
But I'm normally oblivious to all the extra sometimes anyway. I think that's what Honey is saying. I don't have a gaydar because I just don't assume that you want me. Just like I don't want you to assume I want you.
Yeah.
You still don't have a gaydar. It has nothing to do with
I was
that.
waiting on your response from last night. That shit had me in tears.
Oh yeah, because guys they lead with the craziness. It's,
I live for that answer.
like we can play match. I mean, we can play tussle. And
no, I have a straight female friend. She asked her boyfriend was like pressuring her, like, let's have a threesome. She said, okay, I'm gonna pick the dude. And he was like, what? She was like, I'm gonna pick the dude that we're gonna have a threesome with. He was like, nah, I want to have a threesome with a girl. She was like, plus she's bisexual, so he's like pushing this, like, let's do it with a girl, let's do it. And she was like, well, I'm with I want to do something with a girl, I'm gonna do it, but like, let's chill on that right now. So he kept pressing her. She was like, okay, let's do it with a dude. And he just was so offended. He was just like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, what you mean? Let's do it with a dude. Let's do a threesome with a guy. Since you want to do a threesome. And he was just like, so if we do that, what's going to happen? Whatever you want to happen, let's just do it. And he was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And I'm just like, yeah, like what you said last night, Dansby. Okay, let's get together. But if you're going to do me, I got to do you.
Yeah.
That part.
That part. Then
the conversation changes when you tell them, hey, you ain't had you just ain't had the right man. He ain't fucked you. Or I tell you what, let me fuck you.
You just haven't had the right lesbian strap on a penis and do you.
That's it. That's it. Let me introduce you to this pagan life since you're so interested. Goddamn it.
Full throttle. You ain't gonna come in a half step, and so I'm not. Nah.
That part. I got 16 strong pumps for you.
16? You can't.
Rocky said.
Listen, what did Rocky say? That shit is exhausting. That shit is a fucking exercise program. Ain't nobody got time for all that.
No. I disagree with that because in the beginning phase, it can go for hours. It can go for a lifetime.
Okay, well, since we're there, can I ask a question? Since we're here, can I ask a question?
Sure.
So I've never understood the strap. And so I want to know, as women who use it, do you get any pleasure from it as well? Like, do you guys feel anything on your end, or is it all just about pleasing the opposite person?
All of the above.
I think it's person to person. I don't get the shit out of that. It's literally just for her.
So like, you don't feel anything?
Physically, I can't feel anything. It's more so mental for me, like, because I can't do nothing with that.
Really? Well, see, I've heard different things from lesbian women. So, like, cause I'll tell you, one of my cousin is lesbian, and she told me that she ain't tell her business. I got lesbian friends too that told me like it can be a suction on the opposite end, so y'all can get pleasure from it as well.
Yeah,
it can be also can be double sided.
Right, it can be double sided. I don't participate in double sided, but for me,
we also use those sometimes in the gay community. Double sided, dildos.
Dansby can get something out of it. I cannot.
Interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find a way to relate it. We've all been to a strip club, right?
I've actually never been to a female strip club. I've only been to a male strip club.
And I've been to both. You need to do it, please.
Oh, yeah, you need to go. Female strippers would love you, Mark Anthony.
Oh my God, I'm going to die.
To be honest, if you go to a pride event, you can just go to a normal club, but I'll just leave it at that.
That part.
It's living out the fantasy. For me, I have used a strap before. Excuse me for sniffing. My mom did like a whole cleaning bomb of the house, and I'm still dealing with a Clorox ammonia headache.
Hi, I'll clean it.
Yeah, I'm saying you high shit.
Yeah, you should probably go outside after this.
She did it this morning. I can still smell it, even when I left the house. But
I need her to come clean my house.
For me, never really cared for it until after a while, the angles of life, it just becomes not necessarily uncomfortable, but I want to be able to focus in other directions. It can come off as to what is it, the kid term, hunching.
I still use that term.
Goosing.
You're going to feel something. It's going to be a continuous.
Hunching to me is more so like grinding. The hunching, I don't equate hunching to, and I know equate is not a real word. I don't equate it to strapping. Like this totally different from me.
True.
Hunching would be more so.
But then you cross the line of what is, I can't say the word, is in my porn.
Well, you can.
Is it tibbing?
What that is?
What the fuck is that?
Clit on clit action.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's grinding. That's tribbing. Yes. Tribbing.
Oh, how do I do this?
Goosing.
Not goosing.
Goosing.
Goosing. I've never heard of that.
You ain't never heard of goosing?
Look here.
That's Nancy. Don't do her like that.
I haven't. I'm cool with saying that. I'm not shy about none of this. No, I haven't. I have not.
So how does that work? Y'all just
hopefully y'all hit me up in this little comment section about what that is. I have no clue. I'm cool with me.
In the gay male community, we call it bumping pocketbooks.
Bumping coochie. Bumping coochie.
No clue.
Oh my god.
They're like, what they doing together? Bumping pocketbooks? We do whatever we want to do.
When Doria was being managed, he was goosing the little girls. What friction?
Y'all know I gotta Google stuff because y'all ain't gave me no real answer. What is goosing?
Hunching.
Hunching.
Just say that.
Yeah, I know, but I just heard the term like once or twice, so I knew what it was.
I need a universal term, okay?
So hunching, hunching would be
your location.
Rubbing the coochie together.
Hey, it's magical.
I think of hunching that you got your clothes on. You know, that's
no. When I say hunching, that's full on hunch. Like, all in,
like you can do it both ways.
That's getting some cutty.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that alternative.
Universal words.
When
I love Black people because we come up with words for everything.
Yes.
Man, don't we though? Yes. Don't we though?
It's a very interesting way to see it, though. I never knew that about the strap. Kind of interesting. Good to know.
Yes, that's interesting.
You learn new things every day.
Yeah,
there's no difference in the sexual arousal you get when you watch porn. The only difference is the reason this is happening is the dopest concept in the world.
I'm with that. So are they expensive?
Hell yes.
Straps are expensive?
Hell
they are expensive.
Oh, I got a question. Are y'all using different straps for different girls? Or do y'all like clean them off? I mean, if y'all, I don't know if y'all got like, you know, relationships.
Sanitize.
Just sanitize.
I sanitize.
Okay.
Now, if I'm with somebody that wants strap, then you know, be like, okay, well, you gotta buy a new one. Okay, bitch, run me some money, or you gonna get chocolate thunder over here.
You get bleach down strap, baby.
Right, you gonna have to get this one over here because you asking for too motherfucking money. These bitches like $100 plus. So
yikes!
Wow.
I normally purchase one per person. I with the exception of maybe I've never really had a sex outside of a person I was with. And at that point in the relationship, when we chose it, we would go and purchase that item together.
Okay, so after you break up with her, you just give it. This is an old strap. I don't want this no more.
Pretty much. I mean, it's not. It's just not something I do. I associate sex with relationships, not necessarily anything else. Have I had sex outside of a relationship? Yes. But it's literally few far in between and probably count on 2 fingers.
So the next question then I want to kind of leeway into because with what you just said, then has everyone had like a whore phase then essentially? Like like sexual experience? Because if you're like, well, I don't have random sex. I mean, questions need answers.
I have not. I've always wanted. I think the last girl I was with, I just asked her, could I just live out my whole phase through that one person, even though it doesn't fit that way. I was going to use it that way because we were technically not in a relationship.
Okay.
We were just in a
friends with benefits.
No. It was a convenient moment in time for the both of us.
Okay.
Zanzi,
go out there and live your whore fantasy.
Honey, I want to hear this, honey.
I want to, but then I would feel like I would have to restrict myself, and I don't want to restrict certain things sexually.
Why would you have to restrict yourself?
I just, I ain't trying to. Nah, I'm cool.
Unleash the beast. Put her mouth on these random bitches. That's basically.
I mean, I do get that. I get that a lot.
Kissing for that matter, girl.
That's the. I do want to say, like with the whole strap thing, yes, they're super expensive, but I typically don't deal with a lot. I only have 3, so I only deal with I mostly deal with females who don't even need it, or don't want it, or may want it every now and again. Because when I tell y'all I got 16 pumps, that's what the fuck I mean. That's all you got. That's per month. Ain't nobody got time. Do you know how extra it is to put a strap on? Like that shit is work. Ain't nobody got time for all that.
I love
Maybe
it.
after the 16 change positions, and then you can.
When I say 16, that is done. That's it.
And
that's
them out loud.
And then also, honey giving baby. I'm about to be 40 soon.
I counts them out loud.
That part. I'm just gonna count out loud too. They're gonna fall out. Listen,
you're gonna be sounding like Count Dracula. 1, 2, 3.
4 pumps. Ha ha ha.
Oh my god.
I look at them in the eyes and say, "All right, this you better focus because we ain't got but 15 more."
That part. Hey.
Okay.
I'm
so
like,
in the lesbian community,
Honey gonna hold a conversation between each.
Are you guys I wouldn't say cognizant. It's a really bad word to say, but that's the only thing I can think of. In the lesbian community, are you guys cognizant of HIV, or is that something that is a thought? You know what I mean? To ask people's status, because I don't know if it's very prominent in the lesbian community like it is in the gay man community.
Yeah, a lot of people are very particular about like, hey, let's go get tested together, or what's your test status. I don't think it's as big in the lesbian community as it is in gay, because the transmission, it's just different. You can't really transmit it the way you can when you're dealing with man on man. So they do. It is, some people are asked for it and they strict about it, but I think it may be a 50-50 thing. Some people just, like whatever.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I just thought I should ask that. It's kind of interesting to see the difference in, I guess, the sexual spectrum between gays and lesbians, really. It's a very interesting space.
Why are you smirking?
Who?
You?
And this is not to label all by any means. This is to speak of just certain individuals I've spoken to who have expressed their enjoyment of just being what I call a free spirit and open to would be fall into that whole phase concept. But then again, they're just literally enjoying themselves. A lot of those individuals I spoke to, literally, they use an app. They would go out of town and enjoy themselves. They would go from one side of town to the other, and it's just normal.
Yeah.
I've admired it because of the freeness that comes with it. I am afraid of it because of the possibilities that come with it too, though. I just hearing the conversations made me think of what a guy told me. I think he experienced it. I think I don't know what app. Was it Grindr?
Grindr.
Probably. Grindr's a gay app. Like I didn't think it had lesbians on it.
No, there's not.
Yeah, I think so.
Correct me if I'm wrong, it's a dating app. He just used it for a meetup.
It's a fucking app.
It's a hookup.
It's a dating app, but
it used to be a dating app.
All I know is he said he hit up A. He met A over there. Him and A smashed and hardcore all over the place. Apparently, the people he traveled with found A as well. Somehow A wound up back at the spot they were at, and the friends got him too. By choice. Let me make sure I'm clear on that.
Honey. That's Grindr.
By choice. That person chose to enjoy himself.
Yeah.
I can appreciate the
that
freedom.
sounds like a lot of work.
So when you said it was a work, but when you said it was work, to me, it's not if you're enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it.
So don't get me wrong. Like, trust me, me and my boyfriend, we have some fun. But when I say it's work, like afterwards, I'd be like, damn. Like in the moment, you like, yes, let's do it. But afterwards, you be like, damn, bitch, like, whew, I'm really out of breath. Like, god damn, that was a lot. But in the moment, you going in. That's like with anything, adrenaline be rushing. When you in the moment, you're like, you not. I at work, you know how many times at the coffee shop I cut myself and burn myself and don't realize until I'm off and be like, oh shit. Like, but that's because I was working. But then I still be tired after that. But my adrenaline was rushing at that point. I'm a very free spirited person, even in my relationship. You know, Dan, we talked about this a little bit last night, and you know, I'm getting myself in control because I really love him, and he accepts me for who I am, and he, in a relationship, like we're meeting in the middle, because I'm a very free spirited person, and he hasn't been as free spirited. He hasn't had the experiences that I have. Me, and you know, we talked about this last night too. After you got off, Mark Anthony, I think, about just growing up. My experience growing up was way different from him. Where I told y'all I was out on my own. I had to fight for who I was. I was survival for me. He didn't have to deal with that. So and then also I'm manic depressive. And I account my sexual ways a lot with lashing out for having my real my high highs and low lows. And that's something that I'm really working on. But I'm also just a free spirited person. I don't look at sex like how Dansby can equate sex and relationships together. I don't. Like, I feel like sex is sex. Like, oftentimes people feel like, especially men, feel like women taking the D, they more sensitive. That's also in the gay community. People feel like bottoms who take the D are way more sensitive. And I know some not supposed to say savage anymore. I just learned because I was going to say savage because savage is a really bad word for Native Americans. But I know some real, just like ruthless as bottoms, some ruthless as women, cutthroat, have no. I'm just here for the D. You go ahead and catch feelings if you want to. I'm not here for that. Don't think just because you're entering me like I'm supposed to be weak and vulnerable because you're entering me. Like, this is my body. I control my body, and I feel like anybody. First of all, because I also am openly HIV positive, and I'm an HIV positive man. I believe in protection. I believe in taking care of yourself, prep, doing whatever you're supposed to do. But if a person wants to go out here and raw dog and do whatever, that's their business too. Let them do what they want to do. I believe that people should be able to be sexually free how they want to be. Just be safe and be mindful of what you're doing. I let people know. You know, again, with my boyfriend, but even if we have like a moment, I let people know all the time, I'm HIV positive. This is what it is. This is what I'm going through. This is my numbers. I'm take care of myself. But just want you to know, I also just got tested for ST because people also forget, especially in the gay community, black gay male community, people just feel like because, you know, I do choose to be sexually free, or most people who are sexually free happen to be positive. I hate to say it like that, but they're very sexually free people, but not all sexually free people are. But I know this from my personal experience. A lot of positive men tend to be sexually free, and they feel like, oh, you just out here spreading this and spreading that, and it's giving. Well, I'm HIV positive, undetectable, which means I can't spread anything to anybody. I take care of myself. It's all about education and stuff as well. Yeah, it's just like I said, do what you want to do with your body, but make sure that you're safe and you keeping people abreast of what's going on with you. And also ask questions. When was your last STI. And, like I said, I was saying that because people often think like HIV positive people, men, just don't care about anything else that's going on. Well, I care about STIs, STDs. I care about catching anything. Like I don't want to catch, because I also have HIV, and then I know STIs is going to manifest and make it even worse. So I don't want me any of that. So
Right.
I'm very cautious about what I do, especially after that conversation we had last night. I gotta make sure I'm on my P's and Q's and not just being all willy nilly. And I understand, because my partner, he don't want me to bring back nothing. He don't want to be embarrassed and have to hear that I was doing something. So it's all about communication. It's all about being safe out here. Be as free as you want to be, people, but please be safe and don't put nobody in harm's way.
Yes. Yeah. Agreed.
And consent. Because as we talked about last night, Randolph, no means no.
Hold on, wait, stop.
I know. So anybody looking, he's not doing nothing crazy. We was having a conversation.
Do I have to eat him up? Because y'all know I will.
I heard him last night.
No, we was just having a conversation about people being put in certain situations, and but at the end of the day, if I say no one time, I said no.
Yeah. And that's a really big thing that plagues the gay community. We can go to a gay club, and I'm in the gay club all the time, and I'm always getting grabbed, or my ass is grabbed, or some guy's grabbing my waist, and I'm just like, bro, I don't even know who you are. Like, stop. It's one thing to like come up behind someone and try and dance with them, and they like, hey, no. But if I'm at the bar trying to order a drink and you just come up and grab my butt, I have a problem. It's consent, regardless of what I'm wearing or lack thereof. People just, they feel like they are entitled to your body in the gay community, and it's not true at all. Again, it goes back to, we're not different creatures. We're not different beings. We're not a petting zoo. We are people who happen to like people of the same tangible parts. And that's it. And that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Definitely. Okay. Well, we are at this, definitely, as I expected, to go over this 2-hour mark.
We talked about that last night.
Yes,
we did. We truly did.
We already knew, definitely. So we knew it. So it is what it is. But we'll go ahead and start to wrap up. I know somebody got a date tonight, and I ain't hating.
I am.
I am hating.
I have to do my face. I have to put on a good outfit.
I'm gonna need to see the picture after that, because you know what the other conversation was when we finished was you and them legs yesterday when you grabbed a person. Well, I said,
yes,
I was ready.
Oh, that motherfucker can dress. Hey, don't get twisted. That motherfucker be throwing some shit together.
Lord,
I don't know why he ain't modeling. I'm so serious. I don't know why. Why?
For real?
He's not professional. Yeah.
I'm just happy to be here.
I was like, boo, wait a minute. He got some gorgeous legs. I was like, get it.
Naomi Campbell taught me.
Hey, I said, okay, I see him. They showing out around here, but that's what's up.
Just a little bit.
I ain't mad at you, but yeah, I'm gonna need that picture.
Once the face is beat and the eyebrows are done, you got it.
All right.
There you go. Food business. So we're gonna go ahead and do our outros for tonight. I do think the trolls asleep. Morgan been on it, blocking and deleting and reporting and helping.
Good job, Morgan.
Go off, Morgan.
Shout out to Morgan. Shout out to
Morgan.
I was gonna ask you, what does that mean?
It's kind of like, it's like a snap, but it's silent.
Oh yeah.
It's just giving accolades.
Got you. Okay. I meant to holler that early. I was like, oh, I saw that, and I meant to ask that earlier.
Yeah, it's just giving accolades.
Okay, cool. But yes, he is on it. I don't know what I do without Morgan, because Morgan, he has been a godsend with this, and he has been.
Yeah, I was like, five over here. Oh, they big man.
Make sure you cook him some lasagna.
Girl, they just had lasagna. You
He don't care.
That sounds good.
All right.
That really good.
He said he ain't trying to fight tonight. Stop it. Yeah.
Hey, what?
He is not trying to fight tonight. You know, that is one of they relationship issues is mama's lasagna. So don't start nothing tonight.
Not relationship issues, Jesus.
Yes, because I want to bring them on as a couple. My baby normally works on Saturday nights, but that is one of their relationship arguments or issues is my lasagna. They fight over my lasagna. So it's comedy. Real comedy. Oh man. Yeah. So let me see. Honey, since you ain't been here.
I don't really
yes. I'm gonna let you go on and do your outro.
I don't really have nothing. I mean, I don't really have nothing. I mean, I don't have anything. I think we covered so much tonight. It was so dope. I really don't have anything else left to say except for Mark Anthony. I got that same hat, so you rocking that, baby.
You know, my daughter actually has that hat as well. We took pictures and she has that hat, and I kept looking at that and I was like, yeah, and she could rock it like the regular rock, like we was trying to cock ours because you know we look like slaves when we and I'm all like we picking cotton. I was like, oh no, we can cock that a little bit. That ain't gonna work. Nika Pinks, your outro, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to say thank you to everybody that was here tonight on our panel. So open, so honest. Y'all are appreciated. I love the show. It was great. I learned a lot. I'm learning how to better support my friends that are a part of the community and being there for y'all. It's important. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be understood, included, and shit. We all trying to reach the same purpose and do the same thing in life. So if you don't like it, you don't have to love it. It ain't none of your business. If you ain't with it, you ain't with it. It doesn't affect you in your household. Mind your motherfucking business, bitch.
Period.
That's all there's to it. Whatever people do in their bedroom or with their lifestyle ain't none of your damn business.
Exactly.
And that's all I gotta say about that.
All right. I know that's right.
Randolph.
You're on mute, sir.
You're on mute, baby. You're on mute, baby.
Hey, he looked really interesting in what he was about to say.
Okay,
I know, because I actually said, she normally make me go last because I'm long-winded. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Grambling State. I'm repping that right now. I told you every week I'm a rep a HBCU. I got Grambling State right now, even though they beat us when I was at Langston.
Small ass shirt.
Little bit of history about them. It was founded in 1901 by the North Louisiana Color Agricultural Relief Organization, and they got the name from a white sawmill landowner who donated that land to the school. So that's something a lot of folks don't know. So Grambling State University. All right. Now, for what I'm about to say, I'm probably gonna piss off a lot of people, but at the end of the day, there's no such thing as a gay and straight community. It's a straight fucking community. It's a community, period. The moment we start treating each other like it's a community, the moment we'll start to a lot of these labels will fall by the wayside. The moment we'll start to come together, the moment what we always talk about we shall overcome, that will begin to happen. But if we can't even, as a Black community, support our sisters and brothers who identify with liking the same sex, how the fuck are we gonna ask somebody else to take us serious when we try to come together and have initiatives to support just the Black community? So we need to start in-house first, love each other, and stop hating on the fact that these individuals are free when it comes to doing this stuff. These individuals are doing stuff that we wish we could, which means they're expressing their feelings. They're expressing how it is to live without no boundaries. And we should take note of that. We should take note of that. Especially us black men. We should be able to express our fucking feelings without somebody saying that you gay or you soft. That's all I got. I'm gonna stop because I'm about to start cussing and it's gonna get
you
real
about to start
ugly.
preaching. Well, Dansby, you want to go do your outro?
Yeah.
I appreciated last night as well as today. Believe it or not, I've actually learned some things. Just because we were here to have the opportunity to speak on this panel, we were learning as well from each other. I think.
Exactly.
Welcome back, Rocky. I just want to kind of add just one piece, and it's kind of tie into what was brought up earlier about Zaya Wade. For us, representation matters, and I can say just growing up, had I understood what I was feeling, because I didn't, I just went with what was told to me was right, I probably wouldn't have a lot of issues now. And I'm not saying that that's the sole problem of life, but just being able to see it, ask questions, and speak to someone who's living it is helpful. So it's not that society is pushing it up on anyone other than it's educational and helpful for that person who doesn't know what to deal with or how to deal with their own individual feelings. So just look at it from that perspective. If it doesn't impact you, but it can help someone else, just be okay with that and allow it to exist. That's pretty much all I have.
All right, much love, Rocky.
Well, first, thank y'all. Nika, you know how much I love you. Thank you for introducing me to these wonderful individuals. I will definitely be keeping in touch with everybody. I got a new piece of family right here. And anytime y'all want to have me back, just let me know. Whatever topic it is, I'm here to talk. I talk a lot. But I just want to say, just leave it at love is love, and that's not just for the gay community. Love is love. Like everybody should just love on each other. Like Randolph said, community means a lot. And I feel like if we just, especially for the Black community, because that's where I'm a part of, if we all just came together as one community, it wasn't the Black gay community versus the Black straight community, we would be so much stronger than what we even know that we are. And we can really outbeat anti-Blackness, but we gotta come together. So yeah, we are all one. We are the universe is us. So yeah, peace and love, everybody. Peace and love.
Mr. Dunaway.
Mark Dansby, Rocky, aka Clark Kent. Hey, I just want to thank you guys. I really appreciate, everything you have to say, just your presence, the good energy, the good vibes. Just know that you guys are great people, and I appreciate you. And honey, my sister from another mister, it's so great to see you. I'm very happy. My heart is delighted to see you tonight. And I do miss you, and hopefully you'll be back. And
you can call me one time when you miss me. I appreciate it.
But I do. I just know that people go through some stuff, and I didn't know what it was, but I was gonna let you, and then eventually hit you.
I appreciate it.
But like you said, like Rock, I'm with you, man. Love is love. I don't have to be friends with you for a million years to love you, and I dig it. I appreciate it, and it's good to know that everybody else is out there. And Mr. Marcus. I see. Ooh, I shouldn't say Mr. Marcus, but little big bro. Hey.
Yeah, no, Jesus. No.
I'm so confused.
Okay, so Marcus was the person I gave my little brother that I gave a shout out earlier. So Marcus is actually a pastor and an apostle, and he just called him Mr. Marcus, like the
porn star. Yeah. That was too fun. Man.
Oh yeah.
Sir.
You should have just let that one slide, T.
Okay, you ain't have to address it.
Just let it go.
I caught it and somebody else caught it. But Mark Anthony asked.
God knows my heart.
He said, I got you. He said, I got
technically the people that caught it should be the ones like, but that's another story.
Randolph Marcus said, did you look very superhero-ish tonight?
And then the
tight ass shirt. I know. I said the same thing when I put the shirt on. I like that.
Don't look like Incredible.
Come on, Incredibles.
Yes, he do look like one of the Incredibles. He got the color on. I was trying to let him make it.
Okay.
The giant.
Yes.
The giant.
Oh, okay. Well, well, Mark Anthony, your outro, sir.
Thank you all so much for inviting me. Randolph, thank you so much for incorporating me in this group. It absolutely meant everything to just sit and chat and meet some new people and get to know other people around the world and know that my struggle isn't the only struggle. You know what I mean? Everyone else struggled almost the same way that I did, you know. It's important to remember that be kind to everyone that you meet. You don't know if today is their last day that, you know, if someone says the wrong thing, they're going to take their life, you know? So be kind to everyone, be kind to everyone. All lives can't matter until Black lives matter. And more importantly, Black lives can't matter until all Black lives matter. Gay, lesbian, and trans lives. All right. So that's all I have to say. Spread love, be happy. And thank you guys so much for everything. I will see you guys on the Real Estate Podcast. And I'm so happy to be here.
All right.
Yes. All right. My outro. First, I definitely thank Nika. I thank DW for bringing our guest on. Like, I got some new family. I love them already. They just give me life, like really. And I know usually this isn't an easy topic to discuss because this is another one that is taboo in the Black community. So I thank y'all so much for even volunteering to come on. I'm glad to have gotten Dansby as well as Honey at the cave because I know how Dansby tends to be as well. But I thank y'all. And as you said, love is love. And I definitely believe that if we loved each other more in this world, that we would definitely be in a better place. There wouldn't be so much hate and the violence and everything that tends to go on right now.
That part.
Yes, very much that part. But I love y'all like to pieces, man. Like something terrible. I love y'all to pieces. We're gonna have to have one of them group meets and everybody get together and hang out because we might have to have Marcus come pray before we all hang out. For real. But I think
before, after, during.
Yeah, we're gonna have one of them. Yeah, one of them with a little oil on head. Yeah, we're gonna do a little something. And Marcus, while you're on here, you might have missed the shout out earlier, but we definitely thank you for the intro. That intro is bomb, dog. It is bomb. So I thank you for that. And I shouted out your clothing because of my shirt. So while you're on here, can you go ahead and drop your info? I think it is Mac. I can't even think of it right now. See, I said it earlier, but I can't even think about it right now. But go and drop your the address where people want to buy because I seen you came out with some new stuff today, and I got a shirt suggestion also, by the way. So another one, but yeah. So I thank y'all, Mark Anthony, tell Bay, thank you for letting us take up your daytime.
Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate it.
This was everything. I'm so excited for the Real Estate Podcast. We're talking all things real estate. I'm so excited.
Yes, and we will support it. You know you will be back on because
it's gonna be great.
Your reasoning behind the real estate. We will be bringing you back on and talk about that because I truly love that. Plus, we're gonna be in touch.
Honestly, I mean, of course.
Yes, most def. So. Thank y'all for everybody in the audience for watching. Apologize for all the little nonsense and shenanigans that went on in the comments from the haters.
Trolls.
But, you know, when you tend to be doing something right, you're going to get some negativity towards it. And
that part.
that's why we chose to be transparent and to do this podcast. So to everybody that supports, we thank you. We will see you next week. Next week is Men's Health. So be ready, buckle the seatbelt. Ladies, have some questions to ask the fellas because they are going to be very transparent. And please don't ask the typical question because I know that question is going to come up. But DW already got it covered to ask. So, yeah.
What question?
Don't you tell him because you know his throat.
Don't worry about it. You'll
Go
find
for
out
another
next week. You'll find out
next week.
Come on,
He the
let's
one
go.
that said it.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
he the one that said it.
Y'all ain't gonna do me like this.
So on that note, we will go ahead and end out for tonight. But thank y'all, and we'll see y'all next week at 8.
See y'all.
Love is love.
I mean, we were just sitting back, you know, chopping it up, reminiscing about the good old days and all that. You know, tracking my roots, where I came from and where I'm going.